banca.
What is good? What is going on? And what is cracking? I am Philly Foothills Fuego, and I am back in another episode of Eagles Meets West. We're blessed to have you as a guest and get shit off our chest when it comes to our Philadelphia Eagles. Let's go. Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of Eagles Meets West with my co-host, as always, AK Eagles of Eagles, AK Eagles Podcast, Vic 3, Gio from the 215. What's going on, everybody? Excited to be here. Hey, it's the beginning of April, but we don't care. We're still bleeding green, as we always do, 24/7, 365. I'm out here holding it down on the West Coast. I got my three guys out here on the East Side, holding it down. We're doing big things. We're excited to be here, definitely. We're very, very blessed to have each and every one of you. Like I always say, you guys are the food and the water to the channel. Without you, it does not continue to survive. So if you're feeling the vibe, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe to all of us. We all got our own YouTube channels. We are triple live stream tonight, so make sure that you hit the thumbs up on all three channels. We really, really appreciate it. And we are so very humbled to be here for you guys. Once again, definitely, it's a blessing to be here with my brothers as always. So let's get it going. Fuego, cut that beat. Let's do it. What's going on, fellas? Vic, AK, Gio, my dudes, what's up?
What's good?
Sorry for messing up your intro. I know that's got to be a little weird to do, but, I knew it was coming, too. I was like, man, he's going to mess this up. I'm not even used to it, man. I about called myself Eagles Uncensored the other day.
Yeah. I still do. I said it just before on Philly Jim's channel.
Hey, we was on the Wondering Minds podcast. I had to say, I forgot. We're going to a certain level.
Right.
We kept dropping S-bombs the whole show.
I know. Yeah, my bad. First of all, let me just say I apologize. I know I was cursing left and right. It's just, it's tough. I gotta figure it out.
No, it's straight. Like I said, man, like I don't mind shits. I don't mind damn. I don't mind, hell. To me, they're not curse words. I mean, granted, a lot of people might think so, but they're not. Just ease up on the other ones. But you didn't drop those, so we're good.
Yeah. See. Absolutely. I try to keep it PG.
Right.
Yeah.
Keep it Disney.
Right. Absolutely.
Hey, Disney's getting a little risque now.
Disney doesn't even keep it Disney anymore.
I was going to say, right.
As they should. I'm done with the subliminals.
Right. But yeah, I mean, the Eagles, they took place in a trade earlier this week, and the Twitter world was ablaze. It was popping off. Definitely, people were definitely had their opinions about the trade. So, I know we've already talked about it a little bit before, but I mean, I think there's still stuff to be said about it. Definitely, don't you guys think?
Go ahead.
Maybe not.
Over anyone's toes.
I'm still living by it because, we got 3 first-round picks. But, as we was talking about it in the show, I kept saying it. I didn't want to see it. And it's like I jinxed myself and saw it. So I was kind of mad. A lot of us was frustrated. And then we was confused at one point. I was like, how is this working out for us? But if you look at the math, it's just more than an insurance policy just in case if Hurst does falls out, which I don't see that happening because you also seen the news that he's out there not just throwing it with Tom Brady, but, Tom Brady's actually, running drills with him, coaching him, giving them motivation. And Tom is that dude as far as blocking the noise out. He was always good at that. So that's just a one up. that puts it. But as far as it with 2 picks, hey, if Hurts hits it out the park this upcoming season, bro, they can use that for a weapon around him, and a potential we could say another weapon for us. We might need another tight end in the future.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm along with you, man. I was upset. I had my reservations. I still have my reservations about the deal because for me, I'm looking at it as we could have waited until got more capital during the draft, or we could have possibly used that capital to move up to get someone, say as a Kyle Hamilton, Kayvon Thibodeau, whoever the case may be, Sauce Gardner, a Stingley. But now we're only dealing with 2 picks, so we're limited in our movements. That was my issue. I get the deal. I get that we're building for the future. We have capital next year. But again, it kind of takes our leverage away. And that's the one thing I didn't like. I liked having those 3 picks because we control the draft. Now we don't.
Yeah. No. Listen, man. I wasn't so upset about it as you guys were. I do like the fact of having 3 picks, but in all honesty, if we do it right, it'll be okay. It gives us 2 firsts next year as well. I understand it. If you would have kept it this, you just kicked it back a year. You just kicked the can back 1 year. That's all you did. Instead of having 3 firsts this year, you just split it. It's okay. I get why they did it. I understand why they did it. But like Gio said, I don't expect them to have to use it. So next year, at least, we'll have 2 first-round picks that we can still build this team. So, good trade, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think for the most part it was too. Um, I like the fact that we now have two first round picks in back to back years.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can build a substantial. Even if we hit out of 2 of those 4, it's a move in the right direction because we're when it comes to when it would have came time to pay 3 first rounders, I don't know if we would have been able to pull it off.
Well, we didn't necessarily have to pay them because for me, I was like, if we this is just the scenario. If we were to have 3 first rounders and they play out and they play well, we'd always trade them. We'd always get draft capital from that. We could always get another player. You could make moves. There were other options.
Yeah, that's like, but when I gave it a real thought, but if you sign the 3 first-round picks and they all do good, that means we got to pay all of them first-round pick money. So, but one of them can be a potential trade for another, a couple picks, as far as like gaining capital. I mean, that's just Howie. That's now that I'm looking at it, he's just a genius.
Yeah, I mean he's definitely like Gio said. He's keeping that wild card in the back of his pocket. He knows he's gonna be here more than likely unless Jalen does take off this year. Howie's gonna be here longer than Hurts. I mean, that's the cold fact of this business, of the nature of the game, and just the way things play out. And the roots that Howie has deep within this organization now. So, I kind of agree with what 500 said the other night when we had him, or a couple weeks ago when we had him on. I don't think Howie's ever going to get fired. He's only going to quit. That's the only way he's ever going to or resign. That's the only way he's ever going to step away. And that may happen when Jeffrey Lurie's son takes over. He may not be as close with Howie. I don't know the dynamics of their relationship, but he may want somebody else to be his GM, for the future.
Hey man, like that's what I'm saying. Like Howie's just being. Now that I look at it, bro, like I was literally the other day looking at YouTube tape of how Howie Roseman did all this stuff like successful, like we're talking like Chip Kelly era, before that Andy Reid. The dude is a mastermind, dude. Like he slowly built up how he's been like, working his way up in his resume. Like this dude literally been doing like stuff, pulling these blockbuster trades, these blockbuster signings, moving money around, re-signing players for cheaper money. He's just been, and now he just finessed the Saints. Thank you Saints. But it's crazy, bro. Like what he can't do. Like so imagine Jeff Lurie just hangs it up, decides to get that ownership to Howie Roseman. I could see that happening in the future, honestly.
Well, whatever's going on, we know how we got a 3-year extension, but it looks like he's making plans beyond that, especially with this trade. Everything's going leading to the future past these 3 years. So we all know Howie does Howie himself. Like he does whatever's best for him, and he makes sure he sticks around. Like you said, he's ingrained with this team. Ownership loves him. They've kept him around for so long, even during when they had that issue with Chip Kelly. That was the time where Howie should have been fired. They should have moved on from him. But they put him on top of the castle and locked him in the dungeon. And they waited for a couple of years until Chip Kelly was over to bring him back out. And we saw the great moves that he made. But again, we give him an extension. We see the things that he's doing now. We don't know what will happen out of this draft. That's going to be a big factor. What comes out of this draft? If Howie hits it out of the park, we'll all be happy. If this draft doesn't go how we think it will, it'll set us back.
Oh, I mean, I will be the first to tell you. I said it Monday night too. I will be paying attention who at 16 was there. And at 19, I will be watching those two. I will see who is available when those picks come to see what we gave up, and who we could have had. I definitely will pay attention to the ones we have on this team this year in the first round, and the ones that were taken by the Saints. I will watch. We're going to see. I mean, yeah, you can sit here and say that we won this trade. By all means, we did. But these guys also have to pan out, or we don't win. You know what I mean? So
True.
I think only time will tell if we win this trade or not.
Right.
Put the joking conclusion that we did. Only time will tell, because who's to say that New Orleans doesn't draft 2 Hall of Famers?
That's what I mean. We gotta watch.
But are they really 2 pieces away? Even if they are Hall of Famers, are they really 2 pieces away from being a good team? I don't know about that. I agree with from East Coast Gridiron. I think we're going to win in the draft with that pick next year. I think they're going to get us in the top 12.
But for New Orleans, it kind of set them up because of where they are in the draft, those picks. Say if a team wants to move up, New Orleans could just move back a couple of spots, get another first round, and maybe one for next year. They just gave away 1 to get 2.
You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it though. There's gonna be a fall off from not having Sean Payton. That's a big.
Oh, for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah,
big loss.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that they are going to be good this year. I'm just saying I want to see what the players do. Ultimately, I don't care if the team sucks or not. If the players play good on a shitty team, that means something. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I hope Anthony Allen's right. I hope we do win another Super Bowl within the next 3 years.
I hope, man.
Well, I was going to say, to Anthony Allen's point, is that the bar for Howie? Within these next 3 years, we win a Super Bowl, or do we move on?
That's a very good question. Is that the bar? Has Howie set the bar for himself with 2017? Is that the standard that the excellency that we expect out of Howie? We've seen him be able to put it together before. So can he duplicate history? Can he do it again? That's a good question, Vic. Is that the bar for him now?
I believe it should. We've seen that he can do it before. He had 3 years before him where we haven't gone to the Super Bowl. Now he's at a point where he's rebuilding this team. 3 years is enough. Within 3 years, if Howie Roseman does not win a Super Bowl in Philadelphia, or the Philadelphia Eagles don't win a Super Bowl with him as the GM, we should move on.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think even though that Malcolm Jenkins, his play has declined as he's been getting older, I still think that their defense is going to miss him deeply. That veteran presence, that leadership on the back end that holds the defense together, they're not going to be that same defense that held the Buccaneers to 9 points on Sunday Night Football. I'm just saying.
And they lost Marcus Williams, so that's both their safety.
Yes, absolutely. You got to put a whole new safety tandem back there now. So that's going to be a learning process in itself. Well, but yeah, I mean,
I don't think the Saints will be that threatening this year. But that's here or there. I don't really care about that. Like I said, I'm just really interested to see how this plays out on the first night of the draft because I really want to see what happens.
Mhm.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting, especially at 16. Because I mean, at 18, I mean, we can only blame ourselves if we question who they got at 19. Because if we wanted them that badly, then we should have got them at 18. So, and I guess we could say the same thing about 15 and 16. So it's definitely gonna be fun to watch and to see who the Saints get, to see who we get, to see how this all plays out. It's still up in the air. I mean, there's still a lot of questions. It's being that the quarterback depth talent isn't very good in this draft. That's going to affect the draft. You're going to see probably more defensive players taken early on. You're going to see the edge rushers, defensive tackles, corners going off the board in the top 10. So it's going to be interesting to see. Who do you guys think the top defensive tackle is going to be taken off the board?
I'm gonna have to say Jordan Davis or Wyatt, either one.
I would say White. White. But then there was supposedly it was speculating news that he got in trouble or something like that not so long ago.
Who, Wyatt?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear it, but
Yeah.
Oh no, that was 2 years ago, bro.
Oh, that was okay.
Yeah, no, when he got arrested 2 years.
Somebody brought up.
Yeah,
that'd be crazy because we all know like there's always someone that's gonna fall. It's just who. It doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah, the Saints is his hometown. Yeah, that's Tyrann Mathieu.
Is he from New Orleans? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's his hometown.
Well, then if it's between us two, I mean, if the money's close, he's probably going to go home.
Hopefully,
he's
the
not
money's
rushing
right.
it though. He said that he's not rushing the pick.
It's smart.
well, I mean, is it though? I mean, I get it. You get to go home, but are you going to really well, granted, you could say that about us right now, but are you truly going to win anything with the Saints at the moment? Like, don't you think because of how much older he's getting, like he wants to win now before it's too late?
And they just got rid of all them picks. I don't think not, bro.
I mean, I would wonder if has the new coach in New Orleans even picked his new DB coach? Does Matthew even know who his direct coach would be? His position coach. Maybe that has something to do with his decision too.
It's not out of the realm of possibility that maybe Matthew's using the Saints as a bargaining chip to say, hey, there's another team that wants me, and try to get more money out of Philly.
Yeah,
very possible. Yep, because we know how Howie is. With his pocketbook, he's definitely he's tight with it. So
hey, let's keep it tight.
Right?
You don't want to lose pocketbook out there.
No, but we still trying to figure out why he was moving that money. Like that there has to be a reason.
Well, yeah, he has to do a lot of cleaning because, like I said, next year we're going from 4th in dead cap to 26. So that's pretty bad.
Man, Slay needs to get on the phone and keep calling them. Tell them to come here.
What's good, Lindy?
Hey.
No, like the new logo, bro. It's dope.
It's better.
Yeah, man. Had a chance to talk with him earlier on Philly Jim
Oh, yeah.
Show.
With Philly halftime and all that. Yeah, that was a good show. That was a
Great
good show.
Oh, yeah. I got invited to that, but I couldn't go because of school. Yeah, I would have been there if I didn't have school. Definitely. Yep. I'm glad you guys had a good chat.
Sorry. I didn't even see it. My bad.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, why would you put yourself in that position? Like, I think he's just taking his time because he's like, it's his hometown or whatever. Like, he's probably just trying to bring like more players out there to recruit for the rebuilding phase. Maybe he's just trying to be that captain out there. I don't know, but if he wants to win, he needs to come over here, man.
Well, also, you want to wait until training camp to see if there's any injuries, and then you get a team that's desperate. Like I said, it's all about the money. Let's be honest. Tyrann Mathieu got the Super Bowls. He got the accolades. Now let's get that bag before we're over.
But after June 1st, he'd be cheaper.
Well, like I said, that's depending on, say, if there was an injury during training camp. Now team's stuck. If they have the money, Tyrann's the best option. He can dictate what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. It is true. I mean, he's got he's got to walk that fine line though, because like you said, if he wants to wait that long, if he wants to wait until training camp is already going and then have to get acclimated with the new team and all that stuff as training camp, preseason, if there is even one, is going on, things like that. So, I mean, that's going to be interesting because if he waits until after the draft, but before training camp, then his price tag might go down. So he's going to have to be careful at what he's wishing for. Definitely. I mean, like Gio said, if he wants to win now, he probably wants to come here because I think, would he rather go to a first year coach who is with a brand new organization, a questionable quarterback who has been very turnover prone, things like that, and may regress and go back to his old ways without the strong coaching of a Sean Payton behind him. So, or would he rather come to Philly where he could really be a leader on this defense? I really think he could.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the mojo.
Yeah, we're weak back there. That's what I'm saying. Like he could be a voice, man. I'm just saying, like behind Rodney McLeod, like that alone, man.
Honey Badger's fire would be perfect here in Philly. It would be absolutely perfect in Philly. It really would, because that passion would shine through to the fans. They would see it.
Did you hear when Anthony Harris was asked about the safety position? Would Rodney come back? And he basically was just like, I don't know. No one has a clue. They think that maybe, Epps is someone that they're looking at, but no one knows what's going on with that safety position. So when you have players coming out saying that, that's kind of concerning.
Yeah, but Epps plays solid though. I was casting for him to start. Give him the starting position this year. Give him or maybe more reps.
I would say with more reps, but I don't think I would trust him with just giving him that starting position. You still have Kayvon Wallace also, another unproven player, but with Kayvon too, this is his last year. This is either boom or bust.
That boy
disappointed. Whether the stats aside, I watched almost damn near every snap of Eagles football last year, and I saw Epps around the ball a whole lot more than Kayvon Wallace. That's for damn sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, he can stick.
Yeah, he's got that hit stick ability in Madden for sure.
But I mean, there's certain players like what's going to happen with Jacoby Stevens? I know he's a linebacker now. He played safety in college. It's like he didn't really play last year because of the injury. It's like, what's going to happen with him? Is he going to be the odd man out in that linebacker room? That's going to be. He may be fighting for a roster spot this year.
Yeah, what is he? A 6th, 7th round pick?
Yeah, he's going in his third year, I think.
No, Stevens, I think it's the second
year. Yeah, sorry. I was thinking of the other one.
When you're a 6th round, 7th pick, you get 1 year. You're not guaranteed that second season. So he might be someone that can be cut.
Might go to the practice squad to
talk
about it.
Right. Might be in the practice squad again like he was a lot of last year after he came back from injury. He was on the practice squad for the rest of the year pretty much. Yeah, so...
I hope Sean Taylor takes a big step this year, honestly. I hope he can stay healthy and, not get injured and we can see him all year long, because he had a lot of good upside last year, but we never got to see it because he was never on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Take Auburn was there too. Like, that was another player that I'm advocating to see more reps this year, at least.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they just had him on special teams, man. They had him in like a couple, maybe like 2 or 3 plays playing defense, I guess. But that's another player I'm advocating to get more reps in the season.
If we don't draft a corner very high and we don't get one in free agency, then it's going to be down. It's going to be between Tay, McPherson, and who's that other corner that we have that's had starting experience? I think he came.
Vincent
Jr.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a very interesting training camp. That's going to be a heated battle.
I don't know, man. I really honestly think Derek Stingley or McDuffie is going to be on this team. Like I heard reports today. I heard reports today, possibly McDuffie. You know, they're looking at him. He's a smaller corner. You know, he's not tall, but supposedly, I guess he's the best tackling corner in all of this draft. Like the kid's amazing tackler, and he's really fast, good energy, and he's physical. I don't know. I got to watch him, but I don't know. Today was the first I've heard that we've been looking at him. So.
Well, you just signed Devontae Maddox. I don't understand what would be the need for another slot corner unless you're deciding to move Maddox back on the outside when we know that's not the position for him to be in.
No. I think Duffy plays outside.
Nah, he plays slot.
No, he plays slot.
Duffy plays slot. That's why I was like, I don't understand if that's the move. What are we doing? That's a redundant move.
But it's just Maddox is injury prone. Remember, he got injured this year.
True, but you just signed him this year too, correct?
Yeah,
because he balled out this year after that injury.
I don't know. For me, like I say, if we're gonna go for an outside corner, let's do it. Let's get that big guy. Let's get that fast corner. Let's get that coverage guy. I don't want a zone cover. You know what I mean? I want a guy who can man up because that's what we're gonna be doing.
Oh yeah, so we need something like locked up on Slay, exactly.
Yeah, I won't lie, man. The one kid that's growing on me at safety right now is that dude from Baylor, Petrie.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he actually can play corner too, which is crazy. I mean, the kid's like 6'2", I think. He's like 6'1", 6'2". He's tall, skinny, but man, is the kid fast. In fact, he had the fastest combine, I believe, in all corners.
Those Baylor kids, yeah. The combine.
Dude, he's got good vision with the ball. Like he had receptions. You know, he's got good hands too.
Isn't he a former track star?
Yeah.
I think everyone that goes to Baylor is a former track star.
He's fast, dude. I've watched his tape. That kid is fast.
I think the one you're talking, I think he had the second fastest time in the draft out of everyone.
Baylor
the first was a wide receiver, and then
yeah.
The Baylor recruiters, that when they go to the high schools, they don't go to the football games. They go to the track
fields.
Well, for them, you know, you got the luxury of being in the great state of Texas. So you have, you know, saying like a plethora of talent to go through.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Playing football at a high level in Texas is like almost being able to walk on water. You know what I mean? It's like they hold that sport to a very, very high regard in that state. Very, very high.
Dude, even if you don't make it to the NFL, they hold you as a god there.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you win a state championship in high school in Texas, you're a god. Automatically.
Like they say, it's a religion.
Yeah.
You know, in other places, it's a pastime. Over there, it's a religion. Like they're putting $1 million stadiums up.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Multi-million-dollar stadiums. Yeah, they look like college stadiums. I mean, they're holding thousands and thousands of fans at a high school. It's like, wow.
Wasn't Friday Night Lights based on
that was in Texas? Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yep. That shows you how seriously they take it. You know.
I remember there was.
I lived there for 2 years, man. Trust me, they're crazy about football in Texas.
Yeah,
there was a high school that built like a multi-million-dollar stadium, and they found out like the foundation was messed up. It was like a concrete one. They didn't even care. They just built another one the next year. They wasted, I think it was over $10 million on the stadium.
That's crazy.
It was nothing to
You talking a high school stadium?
A high school team.
$10 million for a high school stadium?
Yeah. They spent that much.
They couldn't use it because of the foundation was all messed up, and they just built another one the next year.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it. I'm sorry. I know I'm censored now, but fuck that.
Even just a plain high school, and this was like 5-6 years ago. I used to work at a high school in Sacramento, not a very big high school, and they didn't even redo the stands or anything like that. This was just for a new field. It was $2 million.
Damn.
Just for a new field. Yep. And they had to put these certain type of sprinklers in there for the turf and all that. It was crazy.
Texas is a whole new world.
Yeah.
When you go to Texas, that's here. It's like high school is like college. High school is a 1A division program. That's how high school is.
That's why they say God, family, and football. Like that's literally how it is.
The one thing that shocked me the most is like when you in Texas and you know everyone is in there, when you have those biggest football programs, For the kids that go to high school, your cafeteria has a Chick-fil-A, you got a Subway, a Pizza Hut just in your caf. You don't have lunch ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
In Texas, they say God's number one,
Football brings
football's
money.
number two.
There's a lot of betting going on. I ain't trying to, tell no schools out of tail. You know what I mean? But it goes down in Texas.
Yeah.
I went to the wrong damn school.
I wish.
Right?
I would have gave anything to have a $5 foot long back in high school. So that crappy, that crappy plant burger based crap we were eating back in the day.
Or the pizza with the
I was
fries
lucky.
on it.
That's way before my time. We didn't get none of that.
Dude, the only good thing in cafeteria lunches back in the day, you guys remember the breadsticks? Like, did you guys have breadsticks in Philly?
Nope.
No,
Yo, we had
no
breadsticks. They
sausages in
were
the
bomb. And then the chicken patties, they were pretty dope.
Listen,
And then
shout
the,
out to
and then the pizza. You can't forget the pizza. The pizza
The
was
rectangle pizza.
Yeah.
the Elio's pizza. That kept you home clean. But for us, we always used to have like, what do you call it, the fish fillets? You know, like the fish sandwiches.
Oh yeah.
You had to be careful because depending on which one you got, you might have some blood in that fish still. Might come at you raw. Yeah. See, we had that poor school.
No, dude, we had pizza. It was supposed to be fries on the side and pizza, and then the pizza was like plastic enough to the point where the fries had stood on top of it.
Yo, remember
Man,
the
that was
fries
a
were
good
always
pizza.
mad greasy and just wilted?
Yeah, but they were good. At least in my school.
Yep.
Nah, my school was horrible with food. We were happy when we finally got Domino's pizzas.
Right? Yeah, we had Little Caesars at my high school.
Yeah, so you got sponsored. That was what's up. And then, but the sad thing was they gave you one slice, and you know about Domino's and Little Caesars. Those some tiny slices.
Right? So let me ask you guys this. Right now,
Sloppy Joe's, yeah. Sloppy Joe. Sloppy Joe. My bad.
my mic went out. Give me a sec.
Oh, okay. Well, then I was good. I thought I
Yeah,
cut
I'm
you off.
getting like feedback too. I don't know why.
Remember mystery dinner, mystery lunch?
Oh, lunch lady in lunch lady land.
Oh, yo, do you remember always getting into something with a lunch lady? And she
Yeah.
had some kind of authority.
We never had a lunch lady when I was growing up in elementary school. We always thought he was homeless because at one time we followed him around, and he wasn't. He had a whole apartment and everything. It was nice. I was like, wow, because he came, dude, like he came in raggedy or something. But I will never forget this dude's words. He was like, never look like you like you get money or whatever. Like always look like you're broke or act like you're broke, and it always stood to my head.
And how old are y'all that y'all discovered stalking?
Shit.
No, no
I
lie,
was a
bro.
kid,
I
I was
used
like,
to
it's 7,
flirt
8
with my
o'clock.
lunch
I was 7
lady
or 8.
just so I could get extras.
Heck no. Nah, I had beef with a
Oh,
lunch
yeah.
lady.
Hey,
I remember 7th grade, man. I had a school a food fight. I'm gonna admit it now. I planned it, but I didn't do anything. I didn't throw any food because it literally happened when I went up to throw my tray away. As I got into like where you throw, you give your tray out the garbage, the door closed. It looked like a blender went off. You just seen food fly everywhere. I just sat back. I got in trouble, but they couldn't prove it was me. I ain't throw anything.
Dude, I remember when Brent Sullett came to my high school to like do this like motivational speech thing and whatnot, and he brought everybody pizzas from Domino's. Man, the whole school went wild.
That's cool. You got to meet Brent Selleck. I'm jealous.
No, I was that one kid in the back, like unprivileged kid that was in the back that was going to Twilight, the 3 p.m. school. I just happened to sneak in because he was just there. But yeah, no, it was a dope feeling though. Like we got pizza from Brent Sullett or whatever and whatnot on the move.
Those kids bum rush that pizza.
Okay, so
Pockets are stolen.
speaking of tight ends, that's what I was going to ask you guys. Is our starting tight end right now, Dallas Goedert, is he top 5 in the NFL?
He's iffy with me in the top 5.
Top 5. There's so many good
Top
tight
10,
ends.
yeah.
Yeah, top 5.
Oh, for sure, top 10.
Hey, I would say he's top 10, but I'm gonna say like that 8-9 range.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, we got Gronk, you got Kelsey, you got Andrews, Kittle, Waller.
Waller, yeah.
So I mean, even guys like, there's another tight end, T.J. Hawkinson.
The one
Kelsey
from the
out
Dolphins,
there.
Gaskin.
Yep.
No, he's a running back. Gaskin's a running back, right?
Yeah. You're thinking of I
Their
know who you're
tight end.
thinking about.
The Dolphins
Yeah.
got a good tight end.
They do. He's decent.
Oh, Mike Gesicki.
Yeah,
Mike
Gesicki.
Yeah, they top. Those are top 10. Like him, Goddard. But like top 5, no.
AK, what do you think? Do you think Goddard's top 5 right now?
No.
He said no. Like that's a silly question.
No.
Oh man.
No,
Yeah,
I'll put him in the top like 12 or 13, but I'm not putting him there yet.
Yeah, he's too inconsistent to be in the top echelon. In that top tier of tight ends.
He's good. He ain't that good.
Right. But I mean, you take a guy away like Mark Andrews away from Lamar Jackson. That's taking away a big weapon that a security blanket that he uses a lot. Oh.
But he'll get there though. I'm not saying I'm not putting down on Dallas Goedert. Like he's gonna be an elite. You can see it. He has potentials, but if he can take it to the next level, man, this dude can be like I'm not gonna say like exactly like Zach Ertz, but he'll be in the level like we have Zach Ertz. And we do need a tight end. We do need another one behind him. He's got to show up like as a number one or not. He'll be like in the same similar situation, regardless if he got that bag. The upcoming years, you're gonna get somebody to replace you if you're not doing the work.
Well, I just gotta say it, man. He irritates me. Like the guy always catches the hard ones and never catches the easy ones. I don't get it. He's so backwards. Like. It frustrates me. If he could catch both consistently, I'm good with that. But damn.
No, I think this year, I would expect a lot out of Dallas. We had the contract last year. He's in the offense another season. Jalen's more comfortable with the system. If he doesn't have a good year, then we should be concerned. But I think he's going to have a great season.
You know what? Going forward with the Jalen Hurst thing, I just think Jalen Hurst was trying to look for him potentially in the last minute as a second target. Going from number 1 from Devontae Smith, because you've seen it. Like in my eyes, I thought the shades was there. Like, oh, he's going. His second read is Dallas Goedert, but like AK said, this dude literally makes his security blanket catches, but don't make the easy ones.
Yeah, it gets frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to think, man, going from Zach Ertz to granted, I mean, he did good with it this year. He didn't have a bad start to the year, but I mean, he would have caught those that he dropped. You know what I mean?
Well, Anthony was injured at the beginning of the season.
But you know what? To me, that's a focus issue that I think Goddard can work on and work through. The thing I love about him is that he is a great blocking tight end as well. I mean, to me, he's got more tools in the bag than as Zach Ertz. Like Zach Ertz is great. I mean, at least he was. He's still playing at a high level. Don't get me wrong, but he's. I mean, Zach Ertz was never a great yak, tight end. He was just never great at that. I think Goddard's a little quicker. He's a little better off the ball. Definitely, I mean, Zach Ertz, obviously better hands, without a doubt, more consistent when it comes to just catching everything, the easy ones, the hard ones, the ones in between, things like that. It's the extra effort that Goddard puts in the blocking that I love to see. When he's out there blocking for our running backs, for our quarterback, he's pushing people out of the way like a tight end should. That's part of your job out there. Whether you want to admit that or not, some guys don't like to block. They just like, I'll make it look like I'm blocking, but they won't put that full effort in. But that's part of what you're getting paid to do. Whether you're great at it or not, you still need to try. You still need to put that effort in. You know what I mean?
Well, and sorry. Didn't mean to
No,
cut
no,
you
go
off.
ahead. No, I just was gonna say, yeah, this year he had some solid blocks where he put people on. He tossed. I think I've seen him toss somebody.
Oh yeah.
I just don't like the fact that people don't say that Ertz is a yak guy. Okay, now listen, follow me down the rabbit hole here. I understand. Okay, well, first off, this guy knew that taking unnecessary hits wasn't worth it. So a lot of times he didn't get yak yards. The only time Zach Ertz got yak yards is when it meant most, when he had to. Other than that, he didn't do that. You know, he caught the ball and he'd go down. He wouldn't fight. You know, now granted, that might have helped in his longevity. That might be why he's playing at 32. If Dallas Goedert keeps playing the way he's playing and taking these shots, he probably won't make it to 32. Let's be honest. You know, he puts himself through some unnecessary hits sometimes. I love the energy and I love the motivation and to try and get yak yards. But, dude, sometimes just go down. You don't need to take 3 hits before you go down. You know, and that's shit that Zach Ertz knew. You know, I love the George Kittle. I love the Mark Andrews. I love the Kells, you know. But, dude, how long are those guys going to last? You know, I would rather my tight end be around for a while than for a short time because he's taking unnecessary hits.
I totally get it, but at the same time, you can't change a player like that. He's
No, I
at
know.
all the time. That's where I want him because guess what? When it comes to crunch time, when we need that extra yard, from him constantly doing that, he's going to get you that yard.
Oh, yeah, I know, but that's the thing I was saying, though. Zach Ertz did that as well. He only did it when it mattered, though. He didn't do it. He didn't do it at the. Goddard does it from the start of the game to the end. Zach Ertz only did it at the end of the game when it mattered the most. You know, like for instance, the Super Bowl, man. The Super Bowl. Yeah, but think about it. The Super Bowl when he made that catch and he dove and he got those yak yards to get in the end zone. That's when it mattered most. That's when he did it. He didn't do it before that, but he did it when it mattered most. That's what I'm saying. Well, yeah, he didn't do it all the time. When you guys are talking about Goddard does it all the time.
Answer of National Tight End Day on
That's
Sunday.
my fault.
I thought that was crazy.
You're good. I was like,
I
what's
thought
going on?
AK switched up his voice and he switched up on me. I was like, you know what?
I was pretty good.
He came
hold
out
on.
with a legal
Wait a
voice.
second. Hold on. What the hell? Hold on.
I was conditioned to finish my plate since childhood.
Oh,
Hold on.
that could have went somewhere totally different.
How many promotions you got?
I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're
That's
on
my
a
fault.
commercial break.
Right? That was a commercial break, buddy. I was trying to bring up the top tight ends that the NFL listed from last year, so that's what I was trying to do. Go ahead.
No, but that's all I was going to say, man. I mean, I get it. You know, Zach didn't do it all the time. Goddard does it all the time. But there's just sometimes you don't need to do it. That's all I'm saying, man. You know, there's just sometimes you do need to lie down. You know? And trust me, there's times that Goddard, he fights for yak yards and fumbles the ball because he fights too much. Mm-hmm. How many times have we seen him fumble because he's fought too much? Just go down. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. You just need to know when to do it.
Yeah, I could agree.
Definitely. Yeah, and I think maybe the I think that that's a good point, AK. Definitely, there was times where I thought that Zach Ertz could have fought through that tackle a little bit harder or some things like that. But you have a good point. Maybe he was definitely trying to put in the work, but also have longevity in his career at the same time if he could.
Because the more you put your body under, man, the less time you have in this league.
Yeah, but we all know when it got to close to contract time, Zach focused more on keeping that body more intact than anything.
That's a good. That's
okay.
Good.
So the NFL has Mark Andrews as the number 1 tight end from last year. They have Travis Kelce as number 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, especially when they weren't even trying to use Andrews in the beginning of the season.
Right. They have Dawson Knox as 3 from Buffalo.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we forgot to mention that name.
Who's
They
number
have
4?
Dalton. They have Dalton Schultz at number 4.
No.
Yeah, that's overrated. So
Right?
overrated.
Wow.
If I'm not mistaken, he had a better year the season beforehand when Prescott got hurt. He was
Yeah.
probably 5th ranked then. Last year, I would have said he was probably like top 15 in that
Right.
12 to 15 range. That's crazy.
Wait, wrong, AK. What am I talking? What am I wrong about?
Oh, these are comments.
No. Did I say something wrong?
Who? Oh, Bobby Murphy. Yeah, I seen that right now. I don't know what was meant by that.
All right, so I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, Dalton Schultz is 4. Darren Waller's 5. I think
That's
that's
359 yards. That's it.
he caught.
Yeah,
Let's see.
Waller's number 5.
How's he top 10 with 359 yards? What's going on here?
Because he's a solid. Because he had tight. He had blocking.
31 passes because there's the amount of passes for that many yards as a tight end.
Come on now.
Yeah, look at the pass. Look at the passing record, bro. Look at 134.1 passer rating when target to him, bro. Just him alone.
Right. So that was definitely Dak's security blanket right there last year.
Yeah, that was like that was like Wentz when Wentz. It was like the Wentz that had that year where Ertz, where he broke the reception record.
Yeah, but you can't put a dude that only had 395 receiving yards over a dude that had 1,100.
Yeah.
Darren Waller, let's disrespect the Darren Waller right there, dude.
Yeah,
That was them stretching it out to give a reason to put a Dallas Cowboy in the list.
Right?
Listen,
Yo, I don't give a fuck about. Oh wow, my bad.
Like,
I don't give 2 shits about the QBR rating. I don't care if it was 134. I'm telling you, like that's disrespectful.
Dak Prescott.
But even Waller had a bad year last year. I wouldn't say he was top 5.
No, he didn't. He had 1,100 yards. That's not a bad year.
No,
He didn't play all year.
No, listen. It says Dak Prescott. Do you see the passer rating? That's why they gave him that. That's why. Because like it's just a security blanket, bro. That's what I'm saying. The NFL don't rely on stats, bro. It's just the stats on the quarterback.
134.1.
Yeah, look at that.
The next gen stats. That's what they'll go by.
I
Yeah.
don't care
Well,
about.
I guarantee you something.
We all
Contract
know
time
he has
around.
1,000.
No one
Three
gives a damn about
touchdowns.
next gen stats.
Bro, that is not worthy of a top 5. I'm sorry, it is not.
Okay, so Darren Waller is next on the list with 1,100 plus yards.
No, that's not what it is. It just says he had
Oh,
that
no.
in each of his last 2 seasons. That's not what he got last year. As I said, he had a bad year last year. I had him
10
in fantasy.
targets. Let's see.
Bobby, what are you talking about, bro? I don't understand.
Maybe for taking away the uncensored. Is that what he's talking about? Maybe.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, Darren Waller only had 55 receptions for 665 yards.
Okay.
That's why I was like, how is he top anything? Like, I kind of get what they're going with.
Right.
Yeah, Brokey.
Average and what they mean to the team, but that's not
Passer
how
rating
you classify
88.4.
what a top 10 tight end would be.
This is
What he got-
passing.
What were his receptions? What were his yards? What were his touchdowns? That's
Right.
what you're going to look at.
I'm curious to know where David Njoku is ranked at on his list, bro. Look, see, I'm trying to tell you, underrated, bro.
Gesicki, I think Gesicki was probably 4th.
He was a stud in the fantasy pickup, bro. He was a steal.
Right.
But the thing was last year too. Gesicki was killing it. And that's what
He was a beast in general.
He got 342 yards on only 30 catch or 30 catch passes caught.
21.4 passer rating, 3.3% points.
That's
Yeah, that's
20 yards per game, 20.4 yards per reception. That's amazing.
He's
Right.
Gesicki ended up with 780 yards on the season.
downfield threat as a tight end.
Yeah, he should have been 4. That's messed up.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He
I
should
think
be higher
Pitts,
up.
for all intents and purposes, Pitts had a good season, right?
7. What was that, Vic?
I said for all intents and purposes, Kyle Pitts had a good season, didn't he?
Mhm.
Yes.
He had an okay season. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. We might have to remake this tight end ranking.
right?
Look at my grief. He did because he ended up with 1,026 yards.
Yeah.
Only one touchdown, but come on, man.
We should redo it and then post it on Twitter and see what people like better, our
Yeah.
rankings or themselves.
TJ,
Yeah,
I think TJ should be higher.
TJ Hawkinson is number 8.
I think he got shafted with Stafford leaving.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Going from Stafford to Goff, come on. That's like going from T-bone steak to ground chuck.
Because it's like he was on such a good incline, and then Stafford leaves, and then you get Goff, and yeah, he kind of kept it up there, but with injuries, again, Goff, you're going to end the season not the same as last.
He had the second most targets at 44, and he caught 32 of them for 311 yards. So he had 110 yards per catch so far this season. Okay. All right. Let's see. Noah Fant, number 9.
Fan had a pretty good season.
Mm-hmm.
Not good enough.
He's only gonna go off even more with Russell Wilson coming to Denver.
Dan the quarterback hasn't had a thrown an interception while getting targeted by him.
No offense in Seattle.
Yeah, now.
Yeah, no.
670 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He was part of the trade.
He was upset. Yeah, he was upset. He didn't want to leave.
I bet.
What's
Yeah.
up with Denver?
Wow.
Is it the weed? Is it the weed that makes you want to stay in Denver?
Wow.
Second highest catch rate, 85.7 for.
I would
For
not
Noah.
have put Hunter on that list.
That's with two very shitty quarterbacks. Hunter Henry, number 10.
That is so unaccurate, bro. He deserves to be higher too, bro. Wow, I gotta redo this list.
603 yards with 9 TDs though. Damn, give the man respect. He got 9 TDs.
Yeah, got in the end zone.
This is almost as bad as Chris's QB thing last year.
Oh yeah,
I think this is only the top 10. Yeah, it's only the top 10.
That's a terrible top 10, dude.
That was.
Gronk wasn't even on the list. That's crazy. Gronk was not on the list.
Right? Like,
Kelsey wasn't on the list.
where's Zuma or whatever his name is from Cincy?
Yeah, he had a good year, but I don't
Right,
know.
he had a good year. Where's who else am I missing here?
there's one.
Well, Goddard should be probably on there.
Yeah, Goddard should be on there.
Yeah.
Njoku, bro. Njoku's
Yeah,
not
David
there.
Njoku.
Yeah.
Freiermuth. Pat Freiermuth from Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah.
Where the heck is Freiermuth? Like, and also a Runyon from Green Bay.
Yeah.
Oh, Tunyon, he got hurt though.
Tunyon.
Yeah, but he was going off there at the beginning of the year, man, up until he got hurt. Like,
Well, for Dallas Goddard, he ended up with 830 yards and 4 touchdowns. Out of all of the guys that we just mentioned in the top 10, he had the most receiving yards.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
what did Runyon have?
Middle of the pack with touchdowns at 4.
Or what did Tunyon have?
Give me 1 second. I think Big Bob was like in the 300 range. Give me 1 second.
Okay. No, I like Tunyon,
I wouldn't
man.
even want
He's
to
got
see
a
the
lot of
list.
potential.
He's a free agent. I wouldn't mind having him as the second.
I would
rank.
take him as a second. Heck yeah.
I wouldn't
Easy.
even see-
Here we go.
Yeah, this past season.
204 yards, 2 touchdowns. But the season before that, he had 586.
Yeah. Yeah, he must have got injured early then. I didn't know he was injured that early.
Yeah,
He
that's
only
what I'm
had
saying.
18
Goddard is a
receptions.
good
Bro.
ass
That's not
blocker.
bad.
Huh?
I don't know what's going on right now.
I don't know either. Bobby's probably fired up. He probably wants to get on.
I
He can talk his shit.
fired up.
Zach Ertz.
What up,
What's up,
Jaden?
Jaden? What's up, J-Dub?
What up?
Appreciate
Good.
it.
What's going on, everybody?
Yes,
We get it, Cameron. Derek Stingley. You know, I saw today we were actually looking at him, so that should make you happy, dude.
Hey, I'm excited. I think tomorrow's Kayvon Thibodeau.
What?
He's coming over tomorrow. They visit him tomorrow.
Let me bring up something. There was like a article. It wasn't like being shared. I thought it was on the radar article about Stutland being now he's at the looking at the offensive line. Hold up, I had it on my notes too, brother. Hold on, let me see. Oh yeah, he was in Central Michigan, and he was looking at
the tackle.
Yeah, he was looking
What is
at
it, Lockule? I don't know how to say that.
Luke Godicki.
Yeah,
and then he was looking at Bernhard Ramen and whatnot. So just I'm amazed that he's seeing out there. He's going out there potentially trying to get some offensive lineman help just in case a lot of guys get shifted out or Kelsey's was it Jason Kelsey?
Mm-hmm.
He only has one more year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's only signed for a year.
Boy, I think that's when I was talking about that monster that was like 6'8", 400 some pounds. I think that's the one.
Dang.
Imagine if he could put him into shape like he did Mailata.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You have a right and a left tackle that will demolish anyone.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a mock draft today while I was reading. It showed us taking a Jabo at 51.
No.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, second round. Yeah, I seen
in the
that.
second. It had us taking a Jabo in the second.
Listen, with him, like you gotta have like your round that you want to get him. But for me, that has to be like hot in the third.
Yeah, I'm thinking more the third too, but I just don't know if he's going to last till the third. Somebody's going to take him in the second, in the back end probably of the second.
And I know he plays a different position, but the last time we took a player in the second round with an Achilles injury, it didn't work out for us. It didn't work out for the player either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a can't. I don't know where this Thibodeau thing is coming from.
I know what it is. They were talking about what it is. It's Thibodeau himself. And I have no problem with what he's doing. He has confidence in himself. He's going in, meeting with teams and saying, I should be the number one pick. I don't care what you think. Hutchinson, say what you want. I should be the number one pick. And that's what's turning teams off. And that's why they're like, oh, he's going to fall. If that's the attitude he's bringing, oh, freaking well. I was going to go hard body on it. But oh, well. Let him come to Philly. Let him have that attitude.
Hey, if that happens, man, I'm all for it. But like you were saying, I just don't see somebody's going to take him. Like somebody. I don't care attitude or not. Like you saw what Parsons did for Dallas last year, and his attitude was shitty as well. Yep. So attitude don't mean nothing. It's what they can do on the field. And we all know what he can do on the field.
I want my players believing that they're the best. Of course I do. As long as it's not going overboard, we don't see him online going crazy. He's telling teams, he's letting the front offices know, I feel like I'm the best. Whatever you have on your board, it's wrong. It should be me on top. I like that confidence.
Go for it.
Mm-hmm. You definitely want it. You definitely want that confidence. That's for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't want somebody coming in being like, oh, am I going to make it? Oh.
Right.
Am I going to make it? No, I want somebody to come in and be like, no, I am this dude. You got to go through me. And there ain't nobody else you're going to go through, and you're not going to go through me because I'm that guy. Like, I want that mentality. So if he has that mentality and he can bring it here, then, yeah, I'm all for it.
It makes sense because last year he was the consensus number one overall. Then he has an injury, plays through the injury during the season, plays well, and now he's being looked at to fall. That wouldn't make sense for me. I'd be upset too. I'm going to have a chip on my shoulder. I'm going to come to be like, what was the reason for you to drop me? If that's me, I want to know. If we're going to talk about, I'm coming into the league, you're rating me. Let's talk about my rating. Let's get in depth with it. Why did you rate me so low when last year I was so high? What in my play changed?
Well, yeah, speaking of which, real quick, I just noticed I'm going to have to send you my new logo so we can switch that.
Oh, yeah.
Just realize that.
And Jalen, yes, if we do get Stingley, I would be surprised too.
Yeah,
I don't want Stingley, man. Listen, he had one good year. That was his freshman year, and then his last two seasons have been all right. Like, if you're going to progress and continue to progress, then he should have progressed his second and third year and gotten better each and every year. But instead, I guess he hasn't. You know,
Wasn't he out for a season?
I don't follow him that much. All I know is that from what he's shown on tape, I'm not all for him. Like I said, I think Booth is going to be the best, or Sauce, one of those two. Stingley, I think he's overrated, man. Honestly, I do.
I know Jalen's hot right now.
No, Jalen doesn't want him.
No, Jalen's the one that wants Stingley. He's been talking about Stingley for a while.
Oh. He doesn't come around my chat anymore, so I don't know.
I don't know. It's crazy. Like, we have 22 days left, soon to be 21, and everything's still up in the air. There's no consensus pick on any level. Even when you thought that, it was planned out where you thought that, Kyle Hamilton was a definite to go to Detroit or wouldn't go past the Texans. Now that's even into question. Even the quarterback. We say there is no consensus number one quarterback, but yet we know that there's going to be teams that are going to be making jumps to get these quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. So, like, this draft has the biggest question mark behind it. It's scary and nerve-wracking. It's kind of exciting, but at the same time, like, for us as fans, we're totally left in the dark.
This is an East Meets West podcast, special edition of the draft, live reactions. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Because what is it, Thursday night? Yeah, I think I mentioned that before. We can do a Thursday night live on that.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Yeah, I just don't want to be disappointed. I don't want to have to play a clip of AK going crazy because our first round pick didn't go the way like anyone thought it would. Like, that's the thing that I hate.
Clips are classics, bro.
I can't do that, man.
You mean like this one?
Rager, you stupid fucking idiot!
Like that one?
Just substitute Howie instead.
Right? Yeah, we're going to have to do a voiceover on that one. Huh? Howie, you stupid. Yeah, the link is in the chat, you guys. If anybody in the live stream, salute to the 8. We got 8 people in here right now, so thank you guys all for being here. We appreciate you so much. If you want to come hop on with us and talk about our Eagles, we could talk some Sixers if you want to as well. I mean, basketball's on the docket.
We could draft.
We clinched playoffs.
All right.
Apologies and T's and P's to Zach LaVine and the LaVine family. Chicago Bulls, you lost it for the season. Sorry.
Yeah, it's rough.
It's rough.
Yeah.
But
I'll be a Sixer fan next year.
Yeah. I told you, I got jerseys waiting for you.
You know what I heard recently, and I was laughing. I was laughing all the way to school. But I heard this on the radio in my car. The Lakers could have had DeMar DeRozan instead of Russell Westbrook. I was laughing all the way to school.
Thank God I'm not them.
Right?
At that moment, the Lakers knew they just effed up.
Yeah, absolutely they did. Because the way he's playing, he could be LeBron's replacement eventually.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Joel MVP.
Same year.
Wow, we have no takers. That's awesome.
No taker. All right, it's all good.
Really?
That's amazing. This is the first time this has actually happened.
Right.
What time is it? Is it too late?
I thought I was shaking in my shoes.
It's 11 on the 11:08 on the East.
It ain't
Not
late.
late. Not that late.
The
Jalen,
kids are in
click that
bed,
link.
so parents come out to play.
Locked up Jamar Chase. Wow, Stingley locked up Jamar Chase, huh?
Yeah.
All right. No,
I don't care.
I'm nervous that he hasn't played football in a minute. That's what makes me a little nervous about Stingley.
Well, that was one of the reasons why I take
Goofy,
Dalton
baby.
in the draft because he was out for that COVID year too.
Right.
And he came in as an unknown, and for a lot of those guys, they're going to have to prove themselves.
Listen, just because I don't support him now, if we draft him, I will. Okay? I will.
Right.
If somebody is on the Eagles, I will support him. But the moment he screws up, the moment he does not play to his full potential, I will say something.
That you can count on.
I might even throw my old logo on just so I can say something.
Oh, his persona.
I kept it. Don't worry, I kept it just for safekeeping in case I need it one day.
Hey, let me ask y'all a question. Because of the moves we made and now that we traded these picks, do you think that we will honestly focus on a wide receiver in the first round, whether it be the first or second first round pick?
Say that again?
Do you think that we'll focus on a wide receiver in the first round, whether it's the first or that second pick?
Oh, yeah. I totally believe our 2 picks in the first round, now that we did what we did, is going to be a defensive lineman, whoever that may be, whether it's interior or on the outside, and wide receiver with the second one. Yes. Yep.
I mean, yeah, I could see it. I could see that happening. I could also see us going corner at 15, and then possibly selecting a receiver at 18. I've said it already, and I'm going to stick to it. That I think that's a very strong possibility of what they're planning to do.
Yeah, either way, CB, I'd be fine with that as well.
Yeah, I would be fine with your way too.
Yeah.
It's
Either way.
we're adding a good player either way. I guarantee you.
What about you, Gio?
Jordan Davis and Trent McDuffie, bro. That's what I'm going with, and I've been sticking with it.
So if we were to go receiver, who would be your pick? Who would you want as that
The
receiver?
third pick will be Christian Walker, bro. Yeah, I've been preaching him too. The third round, and Papa got me like into this Damian Pierce dude. Damian Pierce has been shit. Yo,
Papa's
dude,
hilarious.
if we get him
Listen,
in the late round, he is a steal, bro. He is a steal, bro.
if Howie Rosen were to have a conversation with Papa for say 2 minutes, I guarantee you Damian Pierce would be our number 1 draft pick.
Bro, Damian Pierce would be number 15. Hands down. No lie. Like, he'd be like, somebody's going to take him. It ain't happening. Take him now. Like,
It's kind of like that blind faith when we play fantasy football and Tyler just picks up a punter with the first, like a kicker with the first
let's
pick of
not
the draft.
talk about that.
It's at blind faith.
He still won. Let's not talk about
It's
that.
hilarious.
That is not funny. That is not funny. That's sad. We all should be kicking ourselves for that. Just
the
saying.
man proved his point. He had a strategy and he stuck with it.
Hey, I won't
Yeah,
be
he
surprised.
proved that fantasy football is bullshit.
Hey, I won't be surprised. Taylor, this is an honorable mention. I won't be surprised if Jermaine Johnson gets picked up by the Eagles.
Yep.
Yeah.
If he-
That's possible at 15.
What do we have in this week?
I don't think he's going to be there at 18.
I think
he
he
might
may
slip
be.
up at the 18. I think so. He'll go.
Think
18.
so?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there'll be some
He'll be
quality defensive lineman and edge when it's our turn to pick. But the thing is we have to get one right then and there because they won't be around for much long.
Yeah. If I was going to pick a receiver at 18, it would be that kid from Arkansas, I believe it is, Treylon Burks.
Yeah, Burks.
Yeah. Shout out to Coach Dante. He brought him to my attention a little bit more, and I started watching some film on him, and yeah, that kid, I think he would be the best bang for our buck if we're going to go receiver right there.
I think for us, we should go Olave. The kid's
Really?
a great route. He's Smitty, but faster and can
Over
do
Drake
the deep
Johnson.
routes. Like he's a technician with the routes, but he's very fast and he's a very credible deep threat. Like he could be the guy that blows the top off like Deshaun Jackson type speed, but yet have that route running ability where if you want him to do something underneath, he can still do that too. Like I think that's what we need overall, good receivers. And
I think you need a big body possession.
That's the thing with me, though. I don't know if defenses are really going to, even if we do get a receiver like that could take the top off a defense, are they really going to be threatened by Jalen Hurts throwing it deep? Because we've seen him have inaccuracies with his deep ball last year.
But let's hope they don't, because if they don't, guess who gets burned? The defense. Guess who gets that touchdown? Right there.
So,
let's hope they sleep on Jalen. Let's hope.
I'm looking at the camera and I'm saying this right now. Jalen Hurts can go for 20 attempts and make 19 of them and get 259 yards with 2 touchdowns. and God willing, he'll get 2 touchdowns with 76 rushing yards on his feet, bro. Doesn't have to throw. What matters is winning the game. That's what counts. He can have a noodle arm. Who say he can't have a noodle arm going in this year, but it improves a little bit better, and his reads go, and then we're throwing the ball more to more receivers. He's spreading the ball. Like think
You know
about
who-
it. You don't have to make plays in the air. He could be a running. He'll be a running quarterback. Maybe he wants to be his own style of quarterback. Come on, man, get this guy a break. You know, even though like we got the 2 first-round picks going in next year, that's what I'm saying. The sky's the limit with this dude. This dude's ceiling is still high, bro.
Yeah.
All right. Well, before we get touching that one, because I like where you're going with that. Mine. Pause. What?
You said touching that one. Never mind. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Just for a second. This is how it is.
Oh, if I was uncensored, I would have got that. No, the wide receiver I would go for, and in all honesty, I know it probably does not make any sense, but I just have a gut feeling about it, man. It's Williams. You know, I think this kid, even though he did not run, he is elite fast. Like, I'm not going to lie. Williams can take a top off of defense. And he might.
Is his first name Jameson? Is it Jameson?
Yeah,
Williams?
the one from Alabama.
Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's injured coming back from that. What is it? A torn ACL.
Right.
Yeah.
He's
But
doing pretty good. For
yeah, I'm not worried about that so much. I mean, ACLs have been over the years, we've gotten better with them. You know, people have come back. APs came back from a ACL for crying out loud and played better. You know, so ACLs don't worry me that much anymore. Now, if they do ACL, MCL, that worries me because that's like your whole knee. But just one, we can live with it. I think the kid's a stud. I think he's going to be fine. You know, he already looks good. I seen he was already working out, running on it and jumping. So, you know, he's on schedule. He should be back come OTAs and stuff. So if we draft him, man, he might be good. And then I'd go Christian Watson in the third just to secure just an extra one.
Hey, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Another receiver I'd like to mention too is David Bell out of Purdue. That kid, tall, 6'2", beastly, physical receiver, fast receiver.
Yeah,
That's
Purdue,
something that isn't talked about much. His speed.
Yeah, listen, there's a meme about Purdue about how the chicken out there is good, and they have them big ass receivers, like they big body tall receivers, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He said trade 50. With Jalen Williams, what's going on? He said he would join us, but he's out walking his dog with his girl. So hey, it's all good, man. We appreciate you being with us anyways.
You know what? I'm glad he brought that up. Because there was a mock draft where I see the Eagles moving on 13 against Sauce.
Okay.
So Stingley got picked.
Yeah, he said trade 15, 101, and a fourth for 9th or 11th pick of Stingley or Sauce. Move 19 back to like 28 and pick up a 3rd or 4th round and draft Ajabo. Then trade up in the 2nd for Dax Hill. Safety. Yeah, that would be a good. That's not a bad draft right there at all.
Well, first, if you're going from 19, first off, if you're going from 19 to 28, you're getting way more than a 3rd or a 4th. Okay, because you saw what the Saints gave up just to literally swap us 16 and 19 for 18, and you're jumping back how many from 19 to 28? That's 9 spots, dude. A team's going to pay to move up. They're not going to just get it for a 3rd or a 4th. That you're looking at another 1st next year, maybe a 3rd this year. Like
you're gonna get a 2nd this year for that one. Definitely, you'll probably get that 1st and a 2nd this year.
Yeah, like that. There's way more. You're getting way more than a 3rd, man.
Yo, I won't be surprised, man, how he just comes up with some magic and come up with some second round compensatory pick and it becomes the 1st. Yo, I won't be surprised, man. Like I said earlier in the show, this dude is progressing in our own eyes. Like he's becoming a mastermind with this salary cap and doing these trades, like these bogus trades, like makes sense. Like, dude, I won't be surprised.
Bro, if we end up having 3 firsts next year on top of it, my jaw will hit the floor. I'm like, how in the hell did you just do that? I'll have to go back and rewatch it all. I'll be like, damn, all right.
I think every year, it's a tradition with a lot of people, but I think Howie's taking it to heart. He's been watching Kevin Costner on a draft day, and he's been taking it to heart every year.
Right?
He wants to go in and get that first pick and end with the last. Like he's Kevin Costner all day.
Yeah, I can imagine the scene. I forgot who plays the owner. He busted into the office. He's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, he's on the phone, and they just make this blockbuster ass trade. He's like, "Yo."
That's Howie, man.
Talking about trades, bro. Moneyball's another
I
one.
want the. I've been tweeting the long hair Howie. That's the Howie I've been seeing.
I like to call him Howie Brosman.
Howie Brosman. Oh, we're gonna make that a hashtag. If he does some magical stuff in the draft,
Well, you better trademark that shit right now for somebody else takes it.
oh look, we already said it.
Yeah, I think we put it on Twitter, but I think I put it on Twitter for Geo thing. So
Yeah.
we have there is timestamp. There's history. We came up with it.
Because we can make a shirt out of that for our East Meets
Deal
West.
with it.
Oh hell yeah! But you got to make his hair longer.
Well, yeah, and then underneath it, be Howie Brosman, long hair, don't care,
Yeah, with the shades.
with the shades. Yeah, give him some oh shoot what, oh god, what's his name? I can't think of it. Old school, back when
Will Ferrell?
Hulk Hogan, no, back when Hulk Hogan wrestled. The Slim Jim dude. What's his face?
Oh, Randy Savage.
Yeah, give him some Randy Savage glasses
Oh yeah.
with some long hair.
Mm-hmm.
Howie Fleeceman. I like that one.
That one's
I
good
like
too.
that one. Howie Fleeceman.
Oh.
Yeah. We'll have a Howie Brosman for when he does good stuff, and then we'll
Howie
come up with a
Fleeceman.
negative one for when he does bad stuff.
Somebody should do a gift of him playing spades, Howie Fleeceman, and just throwing out that card everybody think, and then boom, just take the table right there. There you go. There you go. I just
Pop
created
the
a
Joker
gift.
card.
Yep. Just pop the joke. Pop. Right in the table. Boom. And then the Saints manager just looking up like, how?
I like Howie playing dominoes and just breaking the table. Bang!
Bang.
The copy cool.
or have it be like Uno, man, where you like reverse skip a turn.
Yep. Now he got the Saints. Listen, the Saints was watching the NFL Network the next day and was scratching their heads like, did we really win the trade or we got fleeced? No, bro, you from Philly. You got finessed, bro.
No lie, man. I mean, they had to have liked it or they wouldn't have accepted it. Now, why they liked it, I don't know.
How he did the classical Philly thing, bro. That's what they do out here, bro. They will finesse you.
I really think New Orleans just wanted to lock up the draft and have that position of maybe they get another first round pick. They basically give one first round to gain two.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just capital, depending on two ways.
Oh, they actually gave two because we got 18 and then we got their next year. So, I mean, we technically got two from them.
I mean,
but
when you're using one of those first two rounds to move back to gain another first pick, it could be for next year or for this year itself.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's more like it's if it takes off with Hurts, you get a weapon for him. Maybe a guy in the defense retires or gets let go. You got a defensive pick. Or like I said, it's going to be a solid, not a great tight end draft. It's going to be a solid one. I've been looking at a couple of cats. And the bad side, if Hurts fails, it's hard to, I got to look at it as a team thing, But that's my Hurts is my quarterback, that's my guy. If he, fails at this position, you gotta look in the future. You gotta get a quarterback. Maybe they let Hurts play another year just the quarterback get warmed up. That's it.
But let's look at that scenario. Say Hurts doesn't progress and he doesn't play well next year, and we do go for a quarterback. What does that say? What does that do for our plans? Because what did you think that would make a think? Yeah, what did you think that would kind of like halt everything that's going on right now? Because now we're gonna have to wait time for this kid to at least have 1 or 2 seasons, probably 2 seasons, to get his legs underneath him.
That's what I was saying. That that pick kind of like it was like, oh damn, the organization failed him. They giving up on him. That's what I've been saying. That I ranted about it on our private chats with a couple Eagles content creators who's pissed off. But they looking at it as in a future standpoint. They're trying to do what's best for the team. They're trying to go back to the championship caliber mode. They're trying to go back to hanging more banners in the Lincoln Financial Field. That's what we're used to. Remember in the McNabb era when we was growing up. When we all was growing up, we was always used to winning a winning team. But
Well, listen, man. This is the way I look at it. If they do the draft right this year, okay, and they build this team right the way they're supposed to, and don't do it stupid, and just let the board fall to them and take the best player available. For the most part, they should be able to build this team this year. And if Hurts can't hang, then the guy that comes in next year also with those draft picks as well, our team should be able to come around the new rookie and be successful. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if, like I said, Hurts isn't the guy, and you go out and you get somebody else, and they really are very talented as well, but they're a lot better, then you should be able to win. I mean, we're not too far off. We're off, but we're not too far. That's why I said this year and next year will tell us where we're going to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. And what I want to see is, a lot of people put a lot of stress on Jalen, but no one's really talking about the defense, specifically the defensive coordinator, Jonathan Gannon. There were a lot of games where he let us down. He's one person that I think needs to progress a lot next season. He has a defense. We've seen that there was issue. Fletcher Cox, he had his gripes. There were changes made, but then last 2 games he reverted back. What are we going to get out of Gannon this year? And I think that's what a lot of focus should be on, and it's not. And I'd like to know, I don't get why. Why is there everyone automatically assuming that Gannon's going to have a great year? No one's talking about his deficiencies last season, when I think some pressure should be put on him.
Good.
Right, no, I agree. No, well, as far as yeah. But another thing too is we're not criticizing well, the receivers sometimes, not being on the same page with Jalen Hurts, where we was always changing the offense and mid season for him. But I gotta give a shout out to Nick Sirianni, even though like he was kind of iffy in the beginning. He did like come at Jeff Gannon's ear. We seen him like saying like, "Yo, dude, like what that what's going on?" We seen him come at criticize Jalen Hurts. That's what I wanted to see in a coach like that. I don't want to see a soft coach.
Yeah. Yeah, Sirianni did progress from the beginning to the end, but that's the one thing. He was pretty much the only coach I did see progress. We talk about Aaron Moore. He was here before with Moorhead. He was here with the regime before us, and we're still experiencing the same results. I already spoke with the defensive coordinator. I think every season the coach should reevaluate his coaching staff, and for better or worse, you have to make changes. You can't stay stagnant. If Gannon comes into this season and he puts out the same effort that he did last year, it's time to move on. We need another defensive coordinator. He's not it. The same, length or at least you give Jalen Hurts, you got to put that mindset to the defensive coordinator also, because he's going to cost us a lot of games if he doesn't get on track.
Well, you got to look at it in this way too, man. One, it was his first year last year. We all know that. Going from a DB coach to running a whole defense has got to be a pretty big step. And these are not excuses, by the way. I'm just throwing facts out. All in all, the whole coaching staff was new to one another. It's about all the coaches bonding, and I'm pretty sure it was kind of hard for them to bond last year. Yeah, they were always around. They did bond, but what I'm talking about, like as bond as in a football level, knowing what each one's going to do before they even do it, because the chemistry, you have to build it with coaches just like you do players. And, I think we'll see a bigger jump this year from Gannon, and he has to, man, because the dude wants a head coaching job. You're not going to get a head coaching job whenever your defense is bad.
Right. No,
you need to have a good defense to be considered as a head coach, because people aren't going to hire you as a head coach, a defensive head coach, when you have the 26th overall defense. Like, they're not going to do that,
Yeah. No.
Hey,
sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I just want to say, like, I just thought, period, like the way they just fix fix everything in the end of the season. we made it to the playoffs, even though like we did have some help with other teams losing or whatever. But like I said, this team played their hearts out, and you got to give credit is due. Honestly, man, regardless, this team was criticized, the coaches was criticized, Jalen Hurts was being criticized even bigger, but they balled, man. We made it to the playoffs. We played the Bucks, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, and that's something too, man. I'm tired of hearing people bitch about, oh, well, and not us. I'm talking other teams. Well, you guys made it in because you have such an easy schedule. Come off of it. It's not like we picked our schedule. We're given our schedule just like everyone else. The NFL did our schedule. If you got a problem with our schedule, take it up with the NFL. All right? Not us. We were given the schedule that we got, and we played the games that we had. Now, luckily for us, that did account for our second half being pretty damn easy. I won't lie, but we had to win those games to get in. I'm not going to take credit away where it's due. Even though we played bad teams, we played better to get in. And there's nothing wrong with that.
At the end of the day, you have to win the games in order to get the playoffs, and we did that.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who we're playing against. We did enough to get in the playoffs. But let me ask y'all a question, because we're going from one player that's been heavily scrutinized to another that I like to bring up in Miles Sanders. Now, it's been reported that he's now working in Houston with his longtime childhood coach, Greg Williams. Actually, he talked to the media, and he told them that he wants to be the best. He's willing to exhaust himself to work hard to get to the point. He's trying to take this a little bit more personal this year. What do you think about Miles's comments?
Because like he had to back it up for that MVP season, like the comments that he was saying the previous year, and it wasn't too good. But that we can't blame him for that. We kind of gave up the run game or whatever, and then he got injured, and then we had to switch it up to Jordan Howard. And it's just he has to prove himself too, man. He knows that the door is knocking on him as well. Eagles gonna eventually get rid of him. Maybe he'll let him go, test the free agency.
Yeah, man. I gotta say, you guys know I am one of the biggest Miles Sanders supporters there are. I said it though, like this is his last year here, man. If he does, I don't even listen. I made the comment: if this kid comes out and rushes for 1,300 yards this year and scores like 8 touchdowns, do we keep him? Because to me, that's a huge improvement from his first 3 years. Now, you are taking a chance because when you re-sign him, now granted, 1 year, of breaking out like that, you won't have to pay him god-awful money. You know what I'm saying? Because even though he had 1,300 yards and 8 touchdowns, his years before that weren't all that great, so you can kind of get a deal on him. I understand. I just don't know. I'm not going to re-sign him, even if he would make the 1,300 yards, because halfbacks are dime a dozen. I can get one every year. No lie. You can. I love Miles and all that, but maybe if he had 1,200 yards for 2 out of his 3 years, we'd be talking different, but he hasn't. So, 1 year I don't think makes or breaks him. I think he's already broken. They kind of showed that last year, not trusting in him a lot. So I don't know what his future holds, man, but I hope he can come out here and rush for over 1,000 this year. One, that helps us, and 2, it'll help him in free agency, because I have a feeling that's where he's going.
Yeah. I'll say this, you can't say a lot when someone's in shorts and tees, but there is a notable difference in Miles Sanders. Physically, you've seen that he put on a lot more muscle weight.
Yeah.
It looks like he's getting ready for the rigors of the season, and he's ready, to take that punishment. He knows that, availability is the best ability, and he hasn't been available for quite some time. It's been on and off. It looks like he's taking the right steps to ensure that, he's healthy and he stays on the field. With that added muscle, that would help out. But let me just throw out this stat to y'all, because I just seen this a little bit ago. Let me see what your thoughts on it. The Eagles wide receiving core for the past 2 seasons have gained 4,075 yards. Justin Jefferson alone is 3,016 yards. How does that make you feel? And do you think that we'll ever correct that mistake, hopefully this season?
Man, I don't know. That is a baffling set that we still. I'm just still mad that we skipped on him, bro. Like, yeah, Howie has to get that out of our minds, man. He has to wow us. He has to give us something. Not just him, man. The Eagles too. We got to do something, man. We got to get that thought out of our mind. I'm still baffled about that than the trade too.
Yeah.
Let me put an even bigger thought in your head there, my guy, after you just read that. If we wouldn't have got Devontae Smith this year, he would have had more yards than what we actually did have.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah. He
Think
would've
about
been-
it. He would have had more yards than our whole entire receiving core without Devontae Smith.
Well, no. He's like about 1,060 or something like that. So he would have still been up, even without.
That's what I'm
Devontae,
saying. He would have. Well, no. Wait. What did you say ours was?
Ours was only 3,016. 4,075. He had 3,016.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you wipe Smith's receiving yards away for this year alone. He has more receiving yards than all of our wide receivers. That's why I said it. You should be thankful we drafted Smith because we would have less yards than him if we didn't. We would have been less than 3,600. That's what I'm saying.
We would have ended up with 3,100 and
Yeah.
what is that? 75.
That's what I'm saying. He would have had more receiving yards than all of our wide receivers, and that would have even been worse.
I think that. Let's be honest. That's probably Howie's biggest draft mistake. Like, there's no question. We all could say DK. We could mention that 1,000 times over. But the production and the kind of player that Justin Jefferson turned out to be is remarkable. And it's so sad that he was there for us to take, and Howie just overlooked him.
We've overlooked a lot of people, man, honestly.
Sadly enough, we have.
That's why I don't like going back and talking about this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm like,
Sometimes you got to talk away the pain.
listen, my cousin. I talk to this guy every day. He rubs it in my face every day. AK knows this man. Bro, he's just rubs it in my face saying, "Dude, we got Justin Jefferson. Guys, we'll wait until we get an elite quarterback. You see what he can do." Yeah, I know what he's gonna do.
Yeah, he's gonna turn up.
No, man, I've always said I'm ready to have our Julio. I'm ready to have our Calvin Johnson, our Devontae Adams. I've been waiting around a long time for one, man. We all have. It's about time we get one. Far too long have we not had one of those, and we need one.
Yeah, definitely.
You need that game changer, man. You look at all of these quarterbacks that are in the playoffs and that are young. They all have number ones, true veteran number ones. You know what I'm saying? Like Allen got Diggs, and then look what happened. Pat Mahomes had Tyreek Hill. Look what happened. Tom Brady had Mike Evans and Godwin. Multiple elites. So every franchise quarterback that we know right now has a number one.
Yeah.
The ones that don't have number ones, we all question.
And I think we have that number one quarterback. So this season is going to be a toss up. It's a lot of unknowns, a lot of uncertainties. But the one thing I will say is I think this team, they're going to put everything they have out there. That's the one thing that we're lucky. We don't have a team that looks at a season and, they just don't put their all out there. This team's constantly trying to win. So for whatever deficiencies we're going to have, they're going to do their best to overcome it.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man, because in the end, they know who they play for.
Mm-hmm.
They know what kind of fan base they play for. And they know how much we love them and how much we admire them for playing for us. And, dude, no matter how bad our team might look, you'll always get the best out of them. The best that they can be, because they will always play hard for us. Always. Because as long as they play hard, we cheer for them.
Heck yeah. And I'd like to say just real quick, shout out to Milton Williams on a birthday. Happy birthday, big guy.
And shout out to Zach Ertz for being a father.
Oh, I didn't even know about that. Yeah,
Oh, yeah. And BG's birthday was just a couple days ago, so shout out to him.
Sure.
Yeah, man. It's great, especially for fatherhood, man. Like, congratulations. First time, I believe, right?
Yep.
Oh, man, that's special. That's real
Got a
special.
baby Ertz.
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh, dude, you know that kid's going to fucking be phenomenal.
Mom's a freak athlete. Dad's a freak athlete. Man.
Right? Look out. Whatever sport that Ertz goes into, you know he's going to be top dog.
Yep.
So, what else we got to talk about? Or is there something else? I cannot believe no one wanted to come in and talk tonight. That blows my mind.
I would have thought BLSG would have been the first one on.
Right? I thought Big Play Slay would have came in. I thought like all these dudes. Oh, okay.
Bobby.
We're not as popular as what we thought we were.
I think people are tired. It's Wednesday.
No, I know.
It's almost 12 in the a.m.
Yep. Nah, man, it's I'm trying to figure out where the heck Foothills went to, but he'll be back. That is something though, man, that we do have to focus on, man. We have to focus on this defense a lot. I understand we need wide receivers. If you grab 2 or 1 even, and it has to be an important piece, somebody who will make a difference. But this defense needs to be retooled.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah, defenses win championships. Plain and simple. And right now, this is our defense the last 2 years really hasn't been the defense that we've known to come and love for a while. We need to get back to that hard-hitting football, that aggressive style football, and we need to get people in here that can just lay somebody out, man. Just lay them out. Don't even matter anymore. If they come in your zone and they catch that ball, flatten them. I'm just tired of being walked on, man. I really am. Defensively, I'm not used to it. I hate it. I'm ready to be that top 5 defense again. I don't know about y'all.
Yeah,
definitely.
I'm so used to that Jimmy Johnson defense.
But like I said, I think all that, it all depends on what Coach Gannon does. We could have the players, we could have the personnel, but it all depends on what he does, what play calls he's doing. Is he putting the players in the right position? It's all on him.
Yo, what's good, Eagle? Appreciate you stopping in, man. What's up, Prime? How you doing, dude?
It was good, Steven.
Listen, man, I'm a little shaky on Gannon's system. I understand that our defense was not at all good, last year. But there's always something that I sit here and I question, about it, is our defense was really bad, but yet Darius Slay had his best season ever last year.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at it, is it the fact that his scheme is so bad, or was it just literally the player personnel and the players in general did not fit it? Because if the scheme sucked, you would think Darius Slay would have suffered in his stats as well. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how talented you are. I don't care how athletic you are or how smart you are. If you're playing a scheme and the scheme doesn't work, you would fail as well. So that's why I kind of question it. It's like, well, you know what I'm saying? So I'm torn, man. I think Jonathan Gannon is a good coach. I think his players I don't know, man. I don't know. I think he is good. I just don't think we have the personnel and the players to suit it the way he wants. That's why we went and got Riddick, so we could be more of a hybrid defense. Somebody who can play end and linebacker. That's why he went out and got White. That's why whoever we draft, he goes out and gets. They're trying to change this defense into a hybrid instead of just a 4-3 defense. They want to be able to run both. And I'm okay with that if you do it right. And if that means getting the right players to run the right system, then so be it. I'm all for it. Whatever you got to do to make it work.
Yeah, and you said it perfectly. Like, it all depends on what he does, and he has to make it right. But, there's a lot that remains to be seen. Again, we won't really have a clear picture of what's going to happen until after the draft. Because then we can figure out, what's their mind, what's their process. Who are they focusing on? If it's going to be a defensive heavy draft, then we know that they're trying to give Gannon all the tools that he needs to succeed. If we're stuck with going for linemen and tight ends and wide receivers, be prepared for a long season.
Yeah. No, I agree, man. If our defense comes out this year and they go back to doing kind of the same thing we did last year, it's going to scare me instantly, because we've already been down this road once and we know where that leads. And, let's be honest, our offense can only stay afloat so long. That's kind of like if you're strong on the defensive side of the ball and weak on the offensive side. Your defense can only hold for so long. Eventually, it's going to get to a point where your defense can't hold and they're going to break because they're too tired. They've been out there a long time, and you're never going to get anywhere. Same way with offense. If you're offensive heavy and your defense is weak, all they're going to do is score points, and your offense is going to go out there. If they stop you one time, they win. So you got to have a balance, but you got to do it right. I just don't know how else to say it. Like, you can't fit a peg into a round hole. It just doesn't work, And I feel that's what happened to us last year. We were trying to put players and make players play in a scheme that they weren't accustomed and familiar with.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like in like previous, not just our podcast, a couple position. There was a lot of out of place positions, and players was trying to get raised. We was even Birdman said it too. He was saying that there was a lot of players out of position, and I agreed the same thing. There was people, we was working every week with different mixture, 1 week's defense with another one. So every week we was putting it together.
Yeah, and one of the issues that we had last year is, the fact that our coaching staff were so inexperienced. Like, even when we're talking about the defense himself, Gannon, defensive players can't come to Gannon and bounce ideas off or anything like that because Gannon hasn't really seen much or has that much experience. Yeah, we know he was a defensive back coach with the Colts, but before that, as a defensive coordinator, he can't give that advice as a sage defensive coordinator can to his linemen or his linebackers. So they're kind of like growing together for the most part, and you've seen that there's going to be frustration. We had Fletcher Cox getting frustrated with the defense. He didn't want to do certain things. He didn't feel that, he was used properly. That all comes to, with a coach who's just learning on the job. And hopefully, Gannon got enough experience where he could build off that. But if he can't, there's going to be a lot of issues. Jalen Hurst, I think a lot of the issues that he had last year was because of that. I mentioned it before. You're talking about Brian Johnson. He's a great quarterback coach, but collegiately, he's a good quarterback coach. In the NFL, he hasn't been around enough to give that advice to a quarterback and say, when you're seeing this coverage, go into this, because he hasn't seen it himself. He can only give you his experience, for the most part, through college, not through the NFL. And that's what Jalen needs. Jalen needs someone with experience. All these players need, coaches with experience. They're going to have to learn together unless some changes are made.
No, and I agree, man. And you got to look at it this way, too. You got to stop the 3 and outs as well on offense. That's not – last year we had a bunch of 3 and outs. A lot.
You can't forget the PI too, Derek Barnett.
Yeah, you gotta stay on the field longer, especially for a first year defensive coordinator, somebody who is still, a rookie and learning his craft and still, he's young. He's like 38, right? I believe. JG? He's like 36 or 38, something like that. Yeah. He's still young, so he's still learning with these guys. No lie. Our linebacker coach is 28. He could play football right now. Like all these guys, it was a first for everything. A first for everyone in the coaching staff. Everyone. And they made the play.
40. He's Jonathan Gannon's 39. He'll be 40 next year.
Yeah, so he's still young, man. I mean, hell, he's younger than Tom Brady. So, yeah. But being a first for everything, they got us to the playoffs. All I want them to do this offseason, JG especially, is watch the tape and learn from your mistakes, correct it, and pray to God we see something completely different next year.
What's going on? Yeah, exactly. What's going on, Peo? He's got a very good question. He's got a very good question for us.
I know that answer.
Me too.
Yeah.
Listen, I understand you might have open bar, but I'm not missing the draft. Yeah, she's going to have to find a friend to go with her.
I was going to say it kind of depends on how hot she is. That kind of depends, too.
Well, in all honesty, it is the girlfriend that's asking you. And if she is, how long have you been with her? If she isn't, then hell no.
Well, we all know what it's a wedding, so it's a little implied. There might be something going down.
Slap the Apple Watch, bro. You good?
Yeah, you can always watch. You can always watch the draft on your phone.
That's all you need to do though. Is whenever they go to say "I do," you stand up because your team just picked the guy you like, and you're like, "Yeah, that'll screw everything up."
Yeah, I would say you got
That'd be hilarious.
Apple Watch, keep the phone with you, and have Twitter on. As soon as you get the message, have that buzz go through, so that way you can notifications, you know what's going on.
Does anyone here object to these two wedding today? Stupid son of a!
What?
Yeah, they don't look at you and be like,
draft on too. Always ask the bartender to put the draft on.
Right there, you go. Yep. Or you can watch it on your phone. You got.
Oh, okay. Well, if you're picking on day 3, then go to that wedding, dog.
Well, no, he's saying the wedding. I'm assuming would be during those day 3 picks.
Listen.
He's saying it's on Saturday. Yeah, because that's
the draft. You don't know if the Rams are going to come back up in that pick.
Yeah, I still wouldn't go, bro. Sorry. Still wouldn't.
Now, I like Gio's answer. The Apple Watch. Bomb.
Yep. That works. That works.
Just choose your excitement at an appropriate time. Just make sure you don't yell out at the wrong time.
If I can give my advice, I would say is always keep a Bluetooth ear set in.
Right.
Have the draft on your phone. That way you can follow along with what's going on in your ear. You don't necessarily have to see it. But while someone's talking to you, especially we know when someone's trying to give you that small talk and you just want to get away, it's already in your ear.
No, listen, look, get the
all you got to do is smile and nod.
Get the one that flip one, the one that like a ladybug or whatever with the flip insect one, look like an OG button up.
Now that's a great answer. That's a great answer right there. Yes, sir.
Hey, perfect excuse.
There you go.
My bad. Yeah.
Bro, go live at the wedding.
Right.
Dude, weddings are freaking boring, man.
Unless it's open bar.
Peo said she wants arm candy.
Oh, yeah. If it's just for that, then no.
That's right.
What's going on, Papa?
Not much. I've literally just been sitting here listening to just Shine Down and Godsmack.
Good.
It's been that kind of night.
Listen, I'm telling you, Damian Pierce, he'll be on the team. Don't worry.
I'm telling you right now. Literally, the recent mock draft you did, you were like, how you think? I so badly wanted to respond with, you know what my response is going to be.
Hey,
you know what? I purposely didn't put him on because I was waiting to see what you would say.
I was like, you know what I'm going to say.
I'm just going to be happy when this draft is over so we ain't got to talk about DP anymore.
Oh, there's others in the pipeline for next season.
Hey, that's a whole nother year away, though, man. That's an 8-month break.
You have a whole season of Holy Gator to talk about that.
He does.
Yep, Bill Napier over there doing his thing.
Yeah. Yeah, he is, bro. Billy Napier, man, he is kicking ass and taking names.
Mm-hmm.
He is the.
Yo,
he is-
I won't lie, man. You know, you guys got me thinking the other night about quarterbacks for next year, just in case Jalen doesn't work out. So I just went on today and just tried to look out, you know, at some and see what they were about, because I really didn't look. I don't care that much for it because I don't want one. But if it ends up happening, dude, I won't lie. That Van Dyke guy looks pretty dang good, dude. Like,
Shout out to BPS because he's the one that's been putting everyone on Van Dyke. He's on the Van Dyke train. I'm pretty sure somewhere his hair just stood up.
he's really weird though, man. Like I don't like his release. Like he just, no lie, bro. He really reminds me of Glennon when he runs. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, from the Giants, Glennon.
The giraffe? Oh no.
Yeah, like when he run. No, I'm serious, bro. When he runs, it almost makes you nervous. But then he throws while he's on the run, and he makes it look so good. But dude, I don't know. You'll know what I mean when you watch it. Like, I like him, I really do. But I don't know. His motion's weird. It's almost sidearmish.
Is it like a Phillip Rivers?
Just watch it. You'll just watch it. You'll see it on YouTube. It's really weird, man. I don't know how to explain it. It's it's more like when Pat does his no look.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
I can, the little like.
It's more of a flick of the wrist than him actually,
Yeah, and it's just weird, man. But like I said, though, he makes it look good. I'm not gonna lie. Like he has a cannon for an arm. Oh my god! Like
I just get concerned because last year this time everyone was on the Spencer Rattler train, and now this kid's in the transfer portal.
Yeah. No, this kid is not a Spencer Rattler, though. I mean, he's 6'5".
The thing with Spencer Rattler was he let the hype overcome him. Yeah. The hype built up and he couldn't live up to it. With Tyler Van Dyke, I literally knew nobody except Slay talk about him.
No, well, that's only because he came in for like the last.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like
something like that.
He, as of now, if you were to look at it right now, would be 5th rounder. Obviously, of course, that shit's gonna change during this year.
Yeah.
But
I don't know how he'd be a 5th, bro. He played 6 games. He had 3,200 yards and 28 passing touchdowns with 6 interceptions. How is that a 5th? That's 6 games. His first time playing.
What I'm reading, I didn't write the article.
Well, that would be why. Like you just said it right there. It's his first season. A lot of teams.
It's his first half season. That's what I'm saying. Like, and the dude threw 3,200 yards and 28 touchdowns with 6 interceptions.
They're gonna say the same about Anthony Richardson, but
I'll say this:
it's gonna be the same thing. Both of those guys are gonna rise up to first rounds.
I understand that. All I'm saying though is that kid was on Alabama. He'd be damn near a 2nd round pick already. But it's because of who he plays for that he's not being looked at that way.
Well, you remember Josh Roseman? His first season was spectacular with UCLA. A lot of people saying he should have just went to the pros right there. He would have been the consensus first pick.
I'm not saying that about this guy.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, when we see them, right now, how we're looking at him a year before, then come into the season, everything can change. Everything, like I said,
yeah, he could come out next year and tank.
Rattler was the guy, and then now he's in the transfer portal. So, like, my thing is,
now he's in South Carolina.
South Carolina, yeah.
That's the issue I have when they say, like, teams are looking to the future for a quarterback. Who do you know is going to be there? Because whoever's the consensus this year won't be next year. So who are you making these plans for?
Oh, you don't necessarily know that, but I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's quarterbacks that come out every year that rise up during the year that may not be known right now, but you're going to know about them this time next year. So there's always 1 or 2 of them out there at least.
Yeah. And it's crazy because, like, even Sam Howell, year before, he was
Right.
looked at another guy who could possibly be a number one. And then after this year, what are they saying? He's probably mid first rounder, possibly could be a second round pick, like that.
I don't think I've seen any take him in the first.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like he could be possibly a second round pick. Now there might be that jump where if teams get scared, they think that there's a go at quarterbacks, don't want to make their move. But again, we're talking about the guy that should have been the number one overall pick, at least what they were saying a year or two ago, compared to now where he's looked at as possibly a second round pick.
Yeah.
You know, I also don't believe Bryce Young is actually going to be that effective in the NFL. We'll wait and see.
I don't know. For me, I don't trust any quarterback coming out of Alabama. They haven't produced one. They haven't. Joe Namath. Other than that, you can't name another.
About to be Jalen Hurst.
Yeah, but I won't even count him as an Alabama quarterback because they gave up on him.
Yeah. I'd say Oklahoma.
They gave up. Yep, he's an Oklahoma quarterback because
He was drafted as Oklahoma.
He's a boomer sooner. Get it right.
but I want to make this point about him though. You see Jalen progress the better the coaching gets. Everyone says that Nick Saban's a great coach, but he can't do crap for offense. He can't help out a quarterback. He's only produced 2 first rounders, and look at them now, Mac Jones and Tua. Before that, you had to go back to the 70s, I believe, for his first round quarterback to get picked out of Alabama. They're not known for being a good quarterback factory. That's not Alabama's business.
I wouldn't even count Tua yet, man. Honestly.
Oh, I don't. I don't even count Mac Jones. Like, he had a lot of hype on him.
Mac's actually proven something though.
Well, in the way that they went into a really good situation, Mac's a lot like Lamar or like,
I say he's like Dak. Perfect situation. Might not be the best quarterback, but he's in a great situation.
Well, I wouldn't say it's great, man. I mean, listen, Dak is better because you got to look at it. Mac Jones, his halfback, he's got 2 stud halfbacks right now, Stevenson and who's the other one? Harris, right? But them wide receivers are still shaky, and he's not Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? Like, Harry, he hasn't really played. N'Keal Harry, he hasn't really
gone, isn't he?
No, he's still on the team.
No, he's still on it, but he hasn't played yet. He's been injured, so he hasn't really done anything.
No, he's just not that good.
I thought they intended on moving on because of his.
They do want to trade him. They do.
On the trade block. Yep.
Yeah, but and then they have Nelson Aguilar and Devontae Parker. He really doesn't have that good a wide receiver, so he's not all set. You know.
Well, I say he's in a good situation because when you look at New England's offensive line, great, stout. Yeah. The only thing that they have as a knock is the wide receivers. Great defense, and we all know you have Bill Belichick. I
know, but that's who he's throwing to. That's what I'm saying.
I get it, but when
to his halfbacks, all he has to do is hand it off and let them do the work. But they're the guys he's throwing to. But they do need to upgrade that wide receiver core for him because Mac Jones is not Tom Brady. He's not going to be able to do it himself.
Yeah, but the thing is, for them, they have the luxury of having a Jonnu Smith and a Hunter Henry. So they're good with the tight ends, and that'll help him out a lot. So for Mac Jones, you don't necessarily need that big wide receiver core, that deep threat even. You just need someone that can be consistent in catching the ball because you already have your tight ends doing the deep work for you.
Well, it's not Harry and it ain't Aguilar.
Oh,
so they need someone. Exactly. So they need someone. And if they're getting ready to trade in Harry, then they need someone.
Yeah.
Or maybe they draft a receiver. Who knows?
I think that might be the move, and Traylon Burks might be that guy.
No, watch him do Givens.
Who do you think they're going to get?
Givens.
Oh, okay.
Watch. They'll probably take him in like the early second or something like that.
Hey, I like that kid from Purdue, David Bell.
David Bell.
He's a beast.
I got to look at him. I have not looked at yet. I got to see him.
David Bell's a guy that
check him out too.
If we don't go receiver in the first, we go like 2 defensive players, whatever. Say we trade up, like Thibodeau falls, we trade up, we get him, and then we get like a Lloyd or whatever. That's my dream draft. In the second, if Bell's there, he's a good, solid receiver.
So wait, I gotta ask a question.
Even
Real
being
quick.
in Purdue, he was still solid.
Yeah.
So if it was between Bell and Watson, you would take Bell over Watson?
Over no.
No, I'm just asking. If you had to choose between Bell and Watson in like the late second, early third, whatever we would choose to. If Bell was still there and Watson was still there, which one you taking?
If
For
they
me,
were
Watson
both
because
still
he's more
there,
versatile.
I don't know. I still.
I don't know what Bell's 40 is, but I do know what Watson's is.
Oh no, Bell had a good 40. He wasn't
Did he?
slow.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know. That's why I said.
David Bell reminds me a lot of, and this might just be me, reminds me a lot of Robert Woods.
What about you, Foils? Who you choosing?
Oh, he had a bad 40 time.
Well, actually, I can't ask you that, man, because you haven't watched Bell yet, like me. So that's unfair.
Yeah, he had 4.65, vertical jump 33, broad jump 1.8.
I have to do my homework.
Yeah, 4.65, 4.68 is not a good 40 time.
Yeah, that's not good. No, I'm taking Watson then.
Yeah. He's gonna have to explode off the tape for me to take him with that 40 time.
Watson had 4.2. That's a great 40 time.
Especially with his size. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Dude, I've never seen a 6'4" receiver run a 4.28. That's incredible.
Right.
That's incredible.
Megatron.
Okay,
Calvin Johnson ran a 4.2.
He was up 4.4.
Yeah, he may have run like a
4.4. He ran a 4.28.
Right.
That's way faster than Calvin. I know it don't look like much, a 4.28 to a 4.4. People are like, well, that's not much. It means a lot.
Yeah,
It really does.
So,
4.3. Calvin Johnson was a 4.3.
looking at
4.35.
So they're the same then.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
looking at stats just for this year. So Bell has had 2 1,000-yard seasons in his freshman and senior or junior year, whatever, this year. This year, 93 receptions, 1,286 yards, average 13.8, 6 touchdowns. Longest was 60, 3 rushing attempts for 39 yards, his longest being 26. 6'2", 205, Watson being 6'5", 208.
Okay.
So weight-wise, you're not really looking at that much of a difference.
What was
Watson has never had a 1,000-yard season.
Yeah.
At that point, I don't think speed matters, especially if you've got a guy like a Watkins.
Well, one of the reasons why
How much of it though?
didn't have over a 1,000-yard season is if you look at his receptions, he didn't have much. His first year he had 9, then he went to 34, 18, and his biggest was last year at 43 receptions. And he got 800 yards, averaged 18.6 yards with 7 TDs.
Who was that, Watson?
Yeah, that was
Yep.
Watson. I'm looking
He,
at it now as well.
he really didn't get that much time. Like I
Well,
said,
plus you got to look at the school he went to. Now, granted, it was Carson's school, but I'm not sure what talent of quarterback they have working there right now. What's his talent?
Well, didn't they? They just had Trey Lance. I mean, obviously not last year, but the year before that.
Yeah.
Well, one thing about North Dakota State is you got to remember before Carson was there, 5-time national champion. So they've been running the gamut. That's a very good team. That's why you constantly see draftees coming from that school.
Yeah, it's a good. They're D2.
Yeah, D2.
Yeah, they're definitely an above average D2 school that has been very consistent over the last 10 years probably or so.
It's between them and what is it, South Dakota, the Jackrabbits?
Yeah. Well, Goddard.
Wild game.
Yeah.
I mean, when in doubt, you can always just pull up Dave Bell highlights and just watch him in here, the share screen.
Listen, if that kid's available in the 3rd round, by all means, pick him up.
Right?
I don't see how. I think your third round receiver you would look at if you wait that long would be a Justin Ross out of Clemson.
I'm not taking anyone with the name Ross.
Sky Moore's intriguing too. A lot of people are talking about him now
because of John Ross from Cincy.
I'll put Rick Ross on my defensive line.
Right? No tackle.
Yep. I know every day he's gonna be hustling.
That was, by the way, I don't know anything about Ross, so.
Got you.
I told you I wasn't really looking at wide receivers, man, because at first I wasn't expecting us to get one. So I had no reason to look. I figured we would fill it in the free agency, and then we didn't. So now I'm like, well, I guess I got to look at wide receivers now.
I'm still. So how you were saying, would you rather like Watson or Bell? If you can get one, DK or Brown?
Oh, is that a question?
Yeah,
I was going with DK. Brown's constantly injured.
Is he the one
Yeah.
that only had the 1 year?
No, he was injured last year also.
I just think we've already seen Brown's ceiling. I don't think we've seen DK's. I think DK is he's still evolving as a wide receiver. He's still learning the game. He's still, finding the nuances of it and things like that. So, yeah, I would be DK hands down.
I'm gonna throw one in on you. That's one that you didn't, because it's actually one I wouldn't mind having. Chase Claypool.
Who? I didn't hear.
Chase Claypool from Pittsburgh. That kid's going to be a stud. He is going to be a very, very good wide receiver. I wanted him last year in the draft, and we didn't get him. I don't know if they're willing to get rid of him. I've heard talks about it, but if they are, yeah, get him. Claypool would be amazing with Smith.
Yeah, I doubt that they're willing to get. They got rid. I mean, they just let go. They let Washington go to Dallas. James Washington.
Oh, I thought you meant the receiver. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, he is a receiver. Washington.
Deontay Washington. He went to Dallas.
Johnson is their best receiver.
Johnson. Yeah. Okay.
Deontay Johnson. Did he go to Dallas?
No. Did. Yeah, James Washington.
Oh, James. Okay.
Yeah. I think that's his first name. Yeah, that's his first name. But yeah, he's in Dallas. So, I mean, I don't think they would be. I think Claypool's going to be their number two guy. Like you said, Johnson's their number one. I think Claypool's going to be the number two guy.
Yeah. I mean, unless they're trying to get draft capital and they want to draft a new one.
Possibly.
I know they're kind of rebuilding right now in a way, but they're not.
I mean, if we couldn't get Christian. If we couldn't get a guy coming out like like Christian Watson, then I'll take Claypool as a secondary to that. Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're very similar place or skill sets.
Hey, let me ask you all a question, because I heard it floating around. I don't know if it's true or not, but it was said out there. There's a possibility that Terry McLaurin may not want to be in Washington anymore.
I heard that. Yes.
Hey,
what's the shit about Debo?
I heard something about Debo too. That they were talking about. What? Listen, they're playing.
There's something going on about Debo, about him not
I think
wanting to be there.
It's his fourth year.
Yeah, supposedly he doesn't want to be there.
What is he, a second rounder, right?
Yeah.
He's a second rounder.
He doesn't have a fifth-year option, so that could be the issue.
Right.
Yeah.
You're looking at both DK, Brown, and Debo on last year of their contracts looking for extensions.
Oh, out of the three of those, I'll take Debo
right
over all day, every day, twice on Sunday. Absolutely.
Maybe this is something Howie's been keeping his ear out for, man. Maybe that's what you saw the money being moved. Maybe that, who knows? Like, listen, if Debo was getting moved, he would have known 4 or 5 weeks ago. You know what I mean? Like, they talk well before we even know. So maybe that's something he was doing. I have no idea, but it just came out today. He's right. There was Debo. Claypool was in there. That's why I said Claypool, because they had Claypool's name on there. And then who else did you say?
Terry
Terry McLaren. Yeah, they had all three
He's
of them
upset.
set up there and like, hey, they might be available. And I was like, how? How are those three available? Out of everyone, they should not be available.
Right?
San Francisco was a quiet guy and a team guy. Apparently, he spoke up. He's upset with the fact that Washington went out and got Carson Wentz. He didn't like that move. Also, with the fact his contract situation also, that isn't helping. And one of the reasons why he knows that Washington went after Carson, because that ensures that he won't have a great year. And it's going to hurt him come contract time. He's trying to prevent that. McLaurin's going to want to move. I don't think Philadelphia would be a spot, especially within a division. It wouldn't make sense. But for us as an opponent, they're going to get weaker if that happens.
Oh, yeah. Jump on that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And San Francisco would be boneheads if they were to trade Debo. I mean, if you thought Kansas City got a lot for Tyreek Hill, imagine what the 49ers could get for Debo Samuel. I mean, that would be absolutely crazy. I would be very surprised.
Would you do it though?
I'm going to play San Francisco because Debo's the one that's upset. San Francisco isn't really in the driver's seat. They have to basically do what Debo wants in order for him to be. He's their number one guy. They have no one else. They don't like Ayuk. They already burned that bridge.
Yeah, but you saw what happened whenever Russ went. Now I'm not putting Debo on Russ's level, but I mean Debo's pretty damn good. I mean he is, and they gave the bag for Russ. I'm pretty sure somebody would give the bag for Debo easily. I mean if it's the right team, but I just don't know if I'd be willing to give up what they would want. I mean, like he said, you saw Hills. It'd probably be more because he's younger. So,
I mean, besides us, who has the draft capital right now? Only the two New York teams,
Chiefs.
really.
The Chiefs.
Besides us,
they have to first.
Or the Saints. The Saints have the draft capital.
I'm sending Fletch to 49ers to kind of the deal a little bit, not give up so much. No lie, I'm sending Fletch.
That contract's too much. 14.
No. There's a reason that they restructured that contract, my guy. They had second-round picks for him, and the reason nobody would give it up is because they didn't want to take on that contract. So what did he do? He renegotiated it down to 14. Somebody will pay Cox $14 million, and it'll be a team who thinks they have a chance to make the playoffs. And if 49ers believe that's their team and they're missing an interior lineman like Cox, they'll do it.
Yeah, but my thing is when you're trying to trade Cox,
already got Ridgeway.
We're not trading him at value because it's actually devalued because they have to take on that contract.
It's only
we're not doing anyone a favor by trading him away.
Only $14 million. That's not that bad.
Depending on the team, that might be the whole season. $14 million is a lot.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and Debo is probably going to get the bag next. Absolutely, he is.
He should.
Well, I mean, he's a one-man wrecking crew, that guy.
Well, then the Niners were stupid, though. Like, they should have built up Brandon Ayuk as well. They should have given him more of opportunity because he's pretty much the next guy that's like Debo. They should have built him up so now when you're in this situation, you have another guy you can rely on. You could tell Debo, oh, well. But now they can't because they burned that bridge with Ayuk. They know they didn't want him.
Well, see, and that's why I love the fact about Jalen Hurts. If he can improve and get better this year to the point where we hold him the next year and he can even improve then. Listen, the kid hasn't really done – unless this kid comes out and wins an MVP in the next 2 years, Jalen Hurts is pretty much going to cost you probably around $25 to $30 million if we choose to keep him if he progresses, okay? So imagine what you could do with $25 to $30 million quarterback. That's cheap. That's dirt cheap. You could go and pay Debo his whatever he wanted, his $30 million. You could have paid Devontae Adams his $30 million because you have so much cap because your quarterback isn't taking it. That's why I laugh at the Browns when they paid Watson $230 million, all of it guaranteed. I'm like, okay, well, how are you going to win without a team around the guy?
They won't.
Like, that's a crap load of money. So, you just pitched your whole future away with one dude. You know what I mean? Like,
you brought up no excuse.
Well, hold on.
You brought up a good point about the Browns, though, because with their running attack, You have Hunt. We all know that, you got Nick Chubb, but also they have two backups that can, carry the load as well. What if they move on from their running backs in order to create space? We need a running back. Do you think we should try to inquire if maybe we can get Nick Chubb?
Well, it wouldn't be till next year. Because no, it wouldn't happen. It won't happen this year, but it would probably happen at the end of the year because I believe this is his last year on his contract.
Chubb.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Because he's in his 4th or 5th year at least. I think he's going in his 4th. So this is probably his last year. So they're gonna have to pay him. They got to pay Barnett or not Barnett. Garrett, if I'm correct, right? Or did they already pay him?
Myles Garrett. I don't think they have yet.
The one running back this team needs.
No, Nick Chubb got signed. 2021, 3-year deal.
Oh, there it is. See,
it was $36 million.
Yeah, and Garrett signed a 5-year, $125 million.
So you figure if they want to get off of that deal.
How the hell did you sign $125 million edge rusher and still pay $230 million for a quarterback, and then turn around and pay $36 million to a halfback?
Oh,
what?
You gotta look at the actual
no Jarvis, no Odell, Clowney.
Well, that Landry's gone. Yeah. Wow, they really don't have any anymore.
Those 3 players are eating up their cap space big time.
Those 3 players are usually your entire salary.
They're screwed. I don't know how they're gonna win.
Oh, they're not. They'll end up probably still 3rd in the division.
They probably backloaded a lot. They probably backloaded their contracts.
Everything's backloaded nowadays.
Like
Every team's going backloaded contract. But that's crazy how Cleveland had a team that was set up to win now because of one move. Now you're relying on that quarterback. If he can't get it done, you're back to Cleveland 1998 Cleveland.
Yeah. And
that's what we're going to look at.
No lie.
Who carries Cleveland?
You're smart.
You're back to pre-Ravens Browns right there.
If this kid is smart, Deshaun, listen to me. Okay? Do your 4 years. Do your 4 years and get the fuck out of there. No lie. Get out. Take your $230 million and never work another day in your life. Dude, $230 million. You know what I'm saying? Do your 4 years and retire as you can still walk. Don't hurt yourself. You got $230, walk away and be happy. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
I'm sorry. They have Cooper as their receiver. My bad. I forgot about him.
What?
Oh, that's right. They got Amari.
I thought I was besides Carlos Jones, who all do they have? And they got Cooper.
But let's be honest, Cooper's going to be injured.
Even then,
he'll be injured most of the time.
Yeah, literally, Donovan Peoples-Jones is carrying your team.
Do they have a 3rd receiver, Higgins? Or did they lost him?
Hold on, got to bring someone in.
He was pretty decent. Hey, Bobby, what's going on?
What's up, Bobby?
I honestly don't even see any other receivers right now. Jakeem Grant.
So they lost Higgins. Wow. That sucks for them.
What's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, bud?
Yeah, Cleveland's in a tough spot.
Yeah, those are the only 3 wide receivers I see right now.
Can you hear me?
Nah, I think it might be frozen.
Oh. Because I did hear him recently.
Yeah, I heard him say, hey.
So the one question I was going to bring up is we see, what's its face? Jalen progresses. He does well with Smith, Quez, Pascal. They're all doing good. We've got Lauren, Brown, DK, Debo. They're all waiting on their contract. Let's say, or who says one of them or a couple of them test free agency out?
I'm sure one of them will.
Would that be a possibility, or is it we kind of got to trade?
No, I'm sure one of them.
Because I don't know.
Unless they franchise tag them, then try to trade them. But that's what Green Bay did with Devontae Adams. You know, they franchise tagged him and traded him to get some value.
Even then, Devontae Adams wasn't that much, I don't think.
All right, can you
That's why I
hear me?
say AJ Brown. Yeah, we
Can
can
you
hear
hear?
you.
Yep.
Yeah, bud.
What's up, Bobby?
What do you guys want to talk about?
Wow,
I'll
I
rip
don't
this
know.
whole motherfucker apart. Yo, hey, yo. I'll rip it all apart. What I want to talk about. What do you want to talk about? I love you guys. Philly Foothills, AK, Victory, Papa Sora. I love you guys. But man, there's so much bullshit going on. And it's all bullshit, right? Everybody talks like they're Mel Kiper. They're like Tom Mache with these mock drafts. Get the fuck out of here, man. You know, let's watch the draft play out and we'll see what happens.
Yep.
I think that
Everybody's
made.
got their take, right?
Hey, wait a minute. It sounded sloppy, but tell me that didn't make a lot of sense to you guys. We're not Mel Kiper. We're not Tom Mache. We're not any of these cats, right? It gets monotonous what we're doing. See, I'm going to make a channel, Philly Foothills. You seem to be eccentric and get it, right?
Yep.
AK bailed on me. And I understand why, because
He's here.
How did I bail on you?
no. I fucking no. Them giants content creators, I don't roll along with the program. And I'm not letting anybody talk to me in that kind of way. Right?
I wasn't even there, dude. I don't even know what happened. I heard something went down, but I didn't ask, and I don't know. I have no idea. I wasn't there.
Dude, it's probably me. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not even.
How did I fail you?
Absolutely. I absolutely started a problem. I started a problem with them. You know why? I'm an Eagles fan, man.
Because fuck them, that's why.
No, but
I'm an Eagles fan.
I bailed on you. How did I bail on you? Hello?
What? How did you bail on me? Is that what you were asking?
Yeah, you said I bailed on you. How did I bail?
Can I be honest? Honest?
Well,
Okay.
don't lie to me. Don't lie to me.
All right. Listen, dude. You ain't gonna like what I'm gonna say.
Well, I hope
But I'm
it's
gonna say
true.
it. But I'm gonna say it.
Okay.
I'm not in the dick rubbing, ass kissing, all that candy ass bullshit, right? And I understand why you guys do it, as far as content creators, you know, as far as like, I get it, dude, I get it. See, I'm not built that way. And these motherfuckers have disrespected me so bad. And, you know, also, too, part of it's my fault. You know, I will say that. But don't fake rub. Don't fake rub and kiss ass. And you know, to get somewhere, bro. If you're good, right? Now we're going to say, listen, now we're going to see something. Hey, Vic 3. You seem like, dude, you seem like you're pretty smart, right? You've been around here a minute, right? I'm going to start my own channel. and I'm gonna do it my way. My way.
As you should. As you should.
I ain't gonna rub dicks with nobody. I'm gonna do it my way. What do you think about that, Papa Soro? Papa Soro.
Yeah.
He's just, come on, man. Give me your opinion.
I was listening. I agree. Yeah, do it the way you want to do it. It's your channel.
I'm gonna rip this motherfucker. Exactly. Listen, dude. When I get ready to do it, no disrespect to none of you guys. I love you guys, man. That's why I come on here. I fuck with all you guys. I mean, like, for real. I love all you guys. I just have a different concept, different kind of way of how I want to do things, right? And these New York Giant motherfuckers, it ain't one nothing in how, I mean, well, if you remember last year, they won free agency. They were going to win a division. They were going to do it all. AK knows what I'm talking about.
Yep.
They were going to walk away with everything, right? Shit. Now, I'm not going to lie. I was a little angry last week. Went on there, and, you know, things didn't go so good, you know. But that's me. I keep it real.
But I feel like my answer wasn't answered though. Like how did I fail? Like what am I? You said you were being honest with me. What did I do though?
AK. No, I get you, dude. You're a dick robber. You rub dicks with them. You rub dicks with them.
Who?
No, dude. I'm being honest with you.
The Giant guys?
No, you're a nice guy. You're a nice guy. You're a nice person. You are. Okay. You're kind of, you know, sensible, and you want to, you know, I'm just not like that, bro. That's all.
No, I don't rub anything with them. They're my friends. They're just on different teams.
Vic, do you understand what I'm saying, bro?
Nah,
not really. Not really. No. Are you saying? Are you saying that I rub because I go to Giant content creators' content?
I'm there with you, bro. What do you mean?
I know. I don't understand what you're talking about. What? How do I rub D's with people? What? Who? I don't understand.
Well, you gotta rub dicks. You gotta rub dicks if you want to really be successful in this shit. See, what I'm saying is I want to change that. I want to change that whole narrative, right? You don't have to rub dicks with the enemy to make everything good.
Oh, I don't.
Maybe we can find a way. Maybe we can find a way to do it our way. Does that make sense? I think that made pretty good sense.
I think so. I'm just, whenever you say the enemy, though, I'm trying to make you understand, like, those guys over there, they're not just content creators. They're actually friends of mine.
Yeah.
Like, friends.
You know what? They were friends of mine too, right? Joel.
Yeah.
Lou. Pat.
Taj. Yeah, all of them.
Let's see. Here's the thing. They're out for them. They're out building their channel and their shit for them.
Well, of course.
I shouldn't even say that right here. We should have a private number I can call you. But do you hear me? Do you hear me, AK? Do you hear me?
Well, yeah, no, I hear you. They should be out for themselves. I'm out for myself.
Yeah.
Vic's out for him. I mean,
they ain't have to pump your channels, bro.
Huh?
They ain't have to pump your channel, your numbers. At the end of the day, Who's going to worry about AK? You.
Oh yeah, but yeah. No, I understand that when I go over there, though. I don't go over there to get subs. I don't go over there to do anything but just watch football.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I mean, I'll leave after I say this, but I'm just going to say this, AK, and and I really mean this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a dick robber, not an ass kisser, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to do what's best for me.
Of course, you should.
But
and you should. No lie. I mean, you should. Like I said, I don't go over there but to just chill with them and talk football, man. And half the time I don't even talk. I just kind of sit there and listen to them. So, I mean, I don't know what happened between y'all, but that sucks, and I'm sorry you feel some type of way, but I mean, hey, I've been
all I'm saying is, it don't matter how I feel about that, right? Like, you guys, you should be my Eagles brothers. You guys should have my back. You guys should have, like, the way, and I did acting out to them. You should have my back. We're Eagles fans, right?
Well, yeah.
I follow you guys all the time. You, dude. You know what I'm saying? I
get what you're saying, but I also can't. Well, I also can't have people's backs when I don't know even what the fuck is going on.
It don't matter. It don't. I'm like, it's just not that important. Anyway, when I start my channel, right?
Yep.
Can I have you on as a guest?
Yes, sir. Of course.
Vic,
I'm always available for
Vic's good too. Vic's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm always available for everyone.
Because I'm going to rip this shit apart. What we deal with, it's fucking ridiculous, man. Like, for real. What we call the goats. See, this is where I get agitated. AK, a little bit with you. You hear me?
Yes, sir.
When you call certain people the goats, right? And they don't know their ass. They don't know their ass from a hole in the ground.
Wait. Are we talking football or YouTube? Bobby.
What?
Are we talking football or YouTube?
Oh shit. Football and YouTube.
No, I said, are we talking goats of football or goats of YouTube?
Dude, do you really mean that when you call some of these cats like goats? Do you really mean that, AJ?
When I call somebody what?
I'm telling you, man. If you, I mean, dude, I've been fucking with you for a while, right?
Yeah,
all you guys, all you guys, right?
Yeah.
But you gotta fucking shit, man. You gotta fuck with the goats too. Grab them by the fucking horns. I tell you what, them motherfuckers have never been so wrong. Go back. All right, AK. If I'm wrong, right? Here's how right I am. You ready?
Okay.
If you have the time, which you probably don't, go back through last live streams during the draft, who they wanted, and what we got, right? Right.
Mm-hmm.
Wrong. Joey Shakes, too. Wrong. Wrong. You know, they're the goats. Okay. You want to anoint them as the goats? Okay. All right. Here's Bobby in the chat. Here's Bobby. Here's Bobby last year. Right? Landon Dickerson. Gotta get him in a second. I'm typing. Here's my dumbass. I'm typing in the chats. Landon Dickerson. Oh, that fucking guy's injury prone. He ain't no good. Hey, how has Landon Dickerson turned out? Just out of my curiosity.
How did who turn out?
How did he turn out? How did Landon Dickerson turn out?
Good.
Listen, can I ask you a question?
What's that?
Was anybody saying Landon Dickerson before the draft last year? Be honest.
I don't think so.
Do you know anybody who was saying Landon Dickerson?
I don't think so. I mean, I'll have to go back through and watch, but I don't think so.
They weren't. I can save you the trouble. They weren't. There goes my dumb ass. Landon Dickerson. Because I watch Allen. Before people want to be Mel Kiper and Tom Miche, how about you watch some college football? Start out with that, right?
Yeah.
And then you start evaluating shit. I think everybody left.
Yeah, they all had to go to bed. They got work in the morning. It's
I gotta work too. I work every day.
Yep.
All right.
It's 1 a.m. here, so.
All right, AK. I'm sorry, man. I wasn't trying to be an asshole, but
Nope, you're good, bud.
I hope you feel what I'm saying.
Yep.
All right?
Yes, sir.
I love all you guys, man. I much respect to all you guys. Okay?
I appreciate it.
All right.
You have a good one, bud.
Like,
all right, guys. That'll do it for another episode of the Eats Meets West. I appreciate everyone coming out. Thank you all who were in the chat and communicating with us, talking with us, asking questions. Thank you for everyone who called in, Papa and Bobby, and appreciate each and every one of you. Couldn't say it more. And I should be live either tomorrow night or the next to do a one-on-one live with everyone and just kind of go through the chat, talk with everyone. So I'll keep you all posted in that. But until next time, I am AK Eagles of the AK Eagles podcast. And appreciate you guys. I'm on the road to 1K, which says right here. And you can find me right there on Twitter at AK Eagles 88. Appreciate you guys for coming out. And let's get to 1K. I think I'm 2 away from 350. So,
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. And absolutely, you guys. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. Sorry I was in and out of the live stream, having a little technical issues with the Wi-Fi tonight. But, it was another great East Meets West podcast with our co-hosts. As always, AK Eagles of AK Eagles podcast. Right that time. Victory, and of course, always Gio from the 215 as well. So yes, you guys, it's been another great show. Like I said, another over 2.5 hour live stream. So I hope you guys have all enjoyed it as much as we have enjoyed it, bringing it to you. So on that note, also before I go, make sure you guys go sub up to my man here, AK Eagles. Let's get him to 1,000. Definitely, he deserves it. He's been working his ass off, and he really, really, he deserves to be rewarded for all his hard work. Definitely. So let's help get him there. Share his content if you've already subscribed to him, and let's bring in some fresh fresh blood to the channel. Let's help him get there, definitely. And like I always say, we can't do it without each and every one of you guys. You guys are the food and the water. You know how it goes, definitely. So until next time, we fly until we die. Stay mean, stay green. Thanks for viewing us on your screen. But most importantly, like I always say, keep it fuego.
Peace.
And we'll see. Yes, sir. We'll see each and every one of you next week. Yep. You guys take care. We out.
Bunker.